versus TI, and that's send it, you know, and you got to understand that and respect it. So he's a really double-edged sword player. I think there's a lot of teams that would not want to play with Dark Mago for his hero pool issues alone. And then you see him in teams, and it's like he's pretty good. You know, he is pretty good, but he has such a big weakness in his game that I don't know. It's one of those questions of like how different his career would have been if he had expanded the pool, maybe for better or worse. I'm not saying it would have made him a better player. Maybe it would have made him a worse player. So hard to say, but it is a big question mark on his legacy here.
What do you think that says about a player when they don't? Because we've even, like, Falcons won TI. We saw both Malrine and Amar over time have expanded their hero pools despite being hero specialists, right? Like 2 or 3 years ago, you would have pointed to those guys and being like, yeah, like this is how you do it. You play only your heroes and you just play those heroes nonstop. Well, those heroes have expanded quite a bit. What do you think that says about a player who doesn't feel comfortable doing that?
Maybe he just hasn't been pushed enough to do it, or maybe he's shifting a little blame or responsibility onto his teams more than himself. That's also a possibility. I mean, that's a kind of negative viewpoint, but it is a possibility. I'm not going to say that's the case.
Sure.
I also think there's I think he should have done it, because I think there's a big difference between having a 5 or 6 hero pool and a 10 or 11 hero pool.
Sure.
Because like Malrine and ATF, they really only play around 10 or 11 heroes each.
Yeah, they play just enough that every patch they have 2 or 3 heroes.
Exactly. And also that it's kind of hard to ban the type of hero that they want. The thing with Dark Mago is if you ban 2 or 3 of his 6, then you know the type of hero he has to play in the end. Like, you know you're going to have one of these melee goopers, or he's going to be forced into a spirit hero. And then you can just kind of cheese him, or like here, LGD, they first pick Beast. Tai Lung is going to go mid with this Beast. He knows he's not getting cheesed by Dark Mago. This Beast can always go mid. So you have that power as, ooh, Wits.
Easy pickup. Wits just runs him down. Wits is having quite the qualifier. I feel like every single time I watch this guy, I'm like, man, this was such a good pickup for playtime.
I think him and Tai Lung have been the 2 standouts for this region the whole year. They have carried their weight, proved their worth for sure. Good start for him.
Ooh, gets the healing salve canceled. I'm not sure that you should have read that a mile away. Like it's a coddle.
Oh, that's big. Trying to get Whisper back in this lane. Now you have the regen advantage. Might be able to win the CS battle now as you combat the Necromastery on the Shadow Fiend.
All right, so that lane is definitely going to be. It's not going to be the most fun lane for Pango. It's a double ranged hero. SF is also a pretty tough hero to match up against in lanes. Top lane, Nightmare back underneath the tower. We have Frank. Fortunately, El Misho is here with a really good whip that pushes Yuma out of the range, unable to do too much damage to Frank. Definitely takes more than he intended, but how do you imagine this matchup goes?
Largo Ringmasters is strong lane. That's a lot of nuke damage. It's a very strong combo, a lot of chase down. I think Largo will be absolutely fine up here. Bane's just not too great at fighting this low cooldown spell power.
Bushwhack lands and a quick kill onto Whisper. Schofield just pops out of the left-hand side of that tower and catches him with the bushwhack that Whisper just did not see coming whatsoever.
Well, a lot of experience for Theo down here.
Yeah.
His coddle's going to be pretty fat. But sad start for Whisper on this Pango. Back-to-back deaths. He bought an extra salve, doesn't even get to use it.
And Wits
this SF with early boots.
He is 450 ahead of the Beastmaster right now.
He's cruising. And with the early boots, you have even more aggressive potential. So Schofield putting in work early to set his carry up, gets the Lotus as well. And raises versus a melee hero. Always fun. Well, not for the melee hero, but...
Definitely the biggest downside of this Largo Ringmaster lane is that they're matched up against a TA. Another reason why it was such a good pickup, because you're right, this duo like, they do have so much offensive power in the first 3 or 4 levels. But
I feel like they will kill Yuma I think they'll kill you at least once on this lane. Or they'll kill Bane twice. Maybe one of those outcomes is
pulling back in. They still have the dagger and the whip. And the whip will finish him off rather easily. Now a dagger going to be put onto Yuma as well. Doing some nice harassment. Il Misho, love the way he's playing. Just super aggro.
Oh yeah, you got to get in there with this hero. Remaster's one of the best laners now with the triple dagger change. It's just so much harassment, especially when you run people down, as Schofield gets another one.
Schofield's an absolute menace, and he's going to take Whisper on a bit of a ride here. Whisper is going to get this kill probably.
Yeah,
but it's going to take him some time here with the bushwhack pulling in the neutrals. Whisper takes more damage here. Gets hit by the centaur. The acorn shot goes off, and Whisper finally finishes him off with the swashbuckle. But Schofield makes it hurt.
Just so good at creating space. And again, he's playing in the safe lane, not even his natural lane. Just demolishing his old teammate down here. Maybe a little bit of a personal vendetta there.
Yeah, could be.
It's like, yo, Whisper, I know all your tricks, brother. It's not fun to play against me, is it?
Caught Whisper again in another bushwhack. Puts him at half health. Had to buy out a raindrop. 33 hates to see it, but you kind of need it in this lane. A level 5 SF. I mean, 3 nukes and you're pretty much dead.
I mean, that's why, you know, the raindrops, they're just 33's tears crystallized. That's what the item is. Somewhere he's crying right now as he feels the pain for Whisper's net worth.
Ooh, Dark Mago barely picks up level 6 as he was being zoned out of experience range by Tai Lung, threatening with the Primal Roar, but one creep died just barely inside of the experience range. Dark Mago gets 6, and the whole thing just changes entirely. Now Dark Mago doesn't have to worry about being roared, as Tai Lung is unlikely to be able to put enough damage in that stun duration.
He missed that obs too. That is a great obs. It dodges that sentry on the Bane rotation, so they'll get to maintain vision of the ganks coming in towards the storm. Super important as the supports are converging on mid. Trying to use this Beastmaster strength right now. Not a lot that Playtime can do to respond to this. It's just infinite axe spam. Storm is not great at fighting this Beastmaster head on this early.
I mean, do you even...
So this could just be an early tier 1.
Need to respond? Your side lane is going so well. Like, Pango's left alone in lane. He is not loving his life. Storm Spirit can just hit jungle. Like, the biggest fear is that you lose tower, but the supports can just drag creeps off of the tower.
You have to keep control of your ancient cities.
Gonna jump after Tai Lung. Dark Mago says, with fresh resources, now's the time to fight. Really awkward. Tree gets cut down, the whip goes through, but they really mess up their chain disable there. Dark Mago still thinking he can get the kill, and he's right about it. Plenty of mana still. One more jump up to the high ground to chase after KJ, and it looks like this is gonna be a 2-for-1. Dark Mago TP's in, makes a call that it's time to fight, and an excellent fight it is for Playtime.
It's pretty smart sequence by them. He just goes to base and heals. And he says, you know, like, I'm not going to sit around and try and defend this on no mana. I'm just going to go base. The tower's going to take some damage. But when I come back, I have more than enough resources to all in this beast. They make the right call. Get a huge kill in the river. Ooh, Dark Mago.
20 HP. But now the reaction to that is, okay, the Storm Spirit's out of resources again. So back to hitting the tower.
This isn't that efficient for Dark Mago, but he's slowing the beast down, and he's getting some experience in the meantime. So there's some value there, especially when you have this SF just plowing through bottom lane. He is 1,000 ahead of TA.
He's huge, and look at him making an early Yatoro-esque rotation on the 8-minute power rune. Does not manage to get the rune. Can he join in on this fight, though? Tai Lung already caught by Dark Mago once again.
Damn.
A trip back to base. TP in, go for the kill.
Super heads-up gameplay, just punishing the stacking going on with this Coddle. It is now going to get stolen as well. This is the issue going up against Playtime with these super aggressive support duos. They have the stronger skirmish power. They can choose the moves that they want to make in the early game. There's not a lot you can do about it because Coddle Bane with level 4s are not fighting Hoodwink Ringmaster. It's not even close. This is the difference we're seeing. So great support gameplay so far from PlayTime, giving themselves a big lead in this game one.
Yeah, up 2,000 before the 10-minute mark. Schofield just being a nuisance, dropping his ults. It's low cooldown.
Yeah, that spell is efficient damage, honestly. Like, it's probably one of those spells you should just casually throw out more. For 100 mana, 45-second cooldown, you're going to deal 3, 4, 500 damage to somebody. That's just good value, right?
Well, Templar Assassin has retreated back to the jungle where there are some stacks there, so we're going to see TA maybe start catching up a little bit to the SF, but it also means that Largo is back to farming in lane without too many problems.
The issue is LGD effectively have 3 cores jungling right now, and this means that PlayTime got to give a lot of experience to their support duo. So we're seeing an XP lead open up, 5-level advantage for PlayTime right now. Significant. You're missing support ultis on the side of LGD, you have them here with Wheel and Sharpshooter available. So if you take some team fight or you get sucked into a team fight if you're LGD, you're going to get punished hard. And there's some stacks being created as well. They're continually scouting these coddle stacks. And there's a big ancient one. You can Requiem this?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you drop Requiem?
Maybe. Drop it
Out of play. They're going to quickly kill the coddle. Wait, maybe not so quickly. Got to land the shot, and it does land.
Time
now
to
back to
Requiem
the
this
stack.
ancient camp. Let's go. Do it. For Eternal Envy's legacy.
You gotta raise it, whip it, and that's probably good
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, that was a lot easier.
And
I don't think I've ever seen
this
it.
is Witz is about to farm double ancient stacks because he just took yours, and now he's gonna go back and do his at some point because El Misho has been stacking up that triangle quite a bit for the Radiant.
He's a little out of control here. If they just get mid tower for free, this early game has kind of been a disaster for LGD. They gave up a lot for very little in return. A sacked offlane Pango, a TA that's going to be well behind the SF, and a Beast who had a good start but didn't get any of the stacks. Easy last hit for Dark Mago. Yeah, very successful early game here for PlayTime. They are going to hit a very strong mid-game timing. In fact, they're giving some of the stacks to the Frog here. Boost Frank up a little bit. Oh, he got over Bruiser stun. That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. You can really
all
only
Largo
do the
hold his head
medium
in shame.
stack, though.
I think little Shard Golems should deal more damage based on how many Shard Golems are next to them.
What, like the skeletons from the Dark Troll Summoner?
There should be a Shard rally. Or they all throw a little boulder, so you can just get hit by like 30 boulders. That'd be pretty based.
I mean, they do already have an ability to throw a little boulder, so you're gonna have to
I'm saying they should throw it at you while you're farming it, like as vengeance for killing their larger red goal.
Yo, so you want more neutrals to use their abilities to grief players?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't know. We played a lot of games together, and the number of times I've heard you complain about the Prowler camps out of nowhere.
They do throw them at other neutrals, I believe. As weird an interaction as that is. I don't know what the conditions for that are, because it's very
I
rare.
have no idea what you're talking about.
So, like, if you have a bunch of summons and you're farming shard golems, I think they can throw one of their shards at one of the summons.
Okay. Weird.
But do not ask me what prompts are triggered, because they just get mad. Like, fuck your Skelly boy.
Is it possible that that this is fine for the Templar Assassin because you have the SF matchup, you're favored in that? Maybe you're down a bit of net worth, but you can still be fine with your situation because you've got the hero-to-hero matchup.
Sure, you could play from behind. Again, you have some good scaling answers to SF. It's not as if a super farmed SF is going to 1v5 this game in a vacuum, but he is quite far.
Yeah,
We
the
should
game plan was
emphasize.
to keep the SF at even net worth with the TA. Like, that is not being stopped. Like, he's already cleared through the ancient stacks. It's done. It's dusted. Like, you kind of have to just be going and rolling with plan B, because I don't really see a way for LGD, because of their support duo, to get in there and stop those plays from happening, you know?
Nope. That's where all the opportunity exists for playtime right now. They can be the ones looking for moves, looking for plays.
Move up
They're
to the
gonna find
jungle.
KJ here.
KJ will tank the gank instead of the Templar Assassin.
That's going to be a free tier 1 top. That's just going to be able to farm your jungle out. That was an arcane rune for the storm, so nothing used there. It gets another power rune as well. This is the danger. You can lose a lot of map control right now while you're in dodge mode. And hope to scale into this SF. But you might not get there on good enough footing to be able to take those fights for the later Roshan Tormentor objectives.
Tai Lung's doing a good job keeping pressure. He's pushing in mid lane, which will be denied by Dark Mago, and he'll also take the Helm of Dom creep. Bottom lane, they're trying to get aggressive and push into that tower as well. They know the SF is going to take towers wherever he goes, so they try and offset that by getting aggressive in the other 2 lanes, and it kind of works for them. They get a tower, maybe it's denied, they get a kill, and we'll probably force some rotations here from Playtime, unless Playtime knows they can catch Yuma farming up this jungle area. But it seems unlikely. They're being scouted by a twin gate ward from KJ.
There's traps all up in there as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, the unicycle straight into him. God damn, that
A little
was
hit
savage.
and run there from El Micho.
Unicycled him right in the ass. We've all been there, Austin.
Don't think we have.
It's a common accident in the circus life.
Of course. That.
I still don't understand why it doesn't do damage. Like, if I manage to unicycle into an opponent in a pro game, you're telling me it shouldn't do at least some damage or explode or something?
It's not that hard to hit.
What?
I
Okay,
think
I'm
it's
done with this
very
conversation.
strong as is. You move so fast, you go through
Yeah, it's
around
good.
the map so quickly.
You should be rewarded for unicycling.
You're already being rewarded by being able to make more map movement than any support in the game.
I mean, what about support Spectre?
Okay, you got me there. I thought you were gonna say Io. I thought naturally your snarky
Oh, that's true.
response
Yeah,
was gonna
Io
be
is
Io, but,
definitely
you
the
know.
highest. Yeah, that's. Oh, I was getting to that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
getting to
Yeah.
A little pause here for playtime, though. Letting LGD recover a little bit. A little dangerous.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are down to just chill and farm, which you think that favors LGD?
For sure, given the early game. I think there's a lot of firepower behind Dark Mago with these supports. He's getting all the power runes. He has a lot of mana to work with. He can be threatening people on the map. You don't want to slow that down. And just let LGD farm up 3 cores while they keep her the light stacking. I also think it's play styles between the 2 teams. I think when we see these 2 teams match up in this qualifier, a lot of these games are going to get determined by how fast playtime can accelerate and build a lead and momentum based around team fighting, and how much LGD can control the game, hit their timings, and kind of take these objective fights. So I just feel the more these games swing that way, it's LGD favored, just by default. If nothing's happening, Yuma's farming, he's probably on some good carry matchup. That's kind of what they want. So I want to see playtime continue to get aggressive.
Playtime, they
gonna
did
do
make a
just that?
move for bottom. They took that tower. Now they're going to smoke, running into Tai Lung. Perfect hero to run into. Point blank range. SF demolishes him nice and quick. Whisper trying to do what he can to set up another kill. Trying to roll into some of these heroes, but now Yuma's going to be caught out. Doesn't want to be inside of the ring. Can he get some support here? Not at all. Surrounded by 4 different heroes. There's not much LGD can do.
I didn't even really get anybody low. Beastmaster going down first really hurts. But then you still commit to the fight with this TA Rolling Thunder. And Whisper not accomplishing a lot. Largo kind of healing people up. The SF never even got touched, and that's going to be Roshan. And this is
literally
where
your
the
2
game can pick
damage
up.
dealers got gone on immediately, right? If Beastmaster isn't roaring and throwing axes, and TA isn't following that setup, then there's no real damage from this trio.
Scary Roche to get from this game. Put it on the Storm. You can just go ham. You can give it on the SF and potentially just take tier 2s. You get it wits, so that probably signals you want to take some more buildings. Maybe you're not even concerned about Dark Mago dying in this game. I mean, how does Storm really die? It's one of the issues with LG's lineup. A lot of their stuns come from being bad enough to stick in the fight and eventually just rolling Thunder into him, or he runs out of mana and you can roar him. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to stun this game.
Yeah, especially even if they do manage to get a stun off or something. Gets hit by a rolling boulder, they still have saves. They have both the Ringmaster box that they could put him in, then they also kind of have the Largo heals as well as the Catchy Lick. Just a reposition could do a lot.
I mean, you can lick him into a box.
That is true, yeah. It's a favorite move for some. Dark Mago
looking for a solo kill.
Just gets the roar out of Tai Lung. It's good enough for him. He's not good enough for him. He's going to keep chasing because he's got the Largo joining him here. Tai Lung has nobody TPing back for him. A deep chase from Dark Mago. I don't know how he knew he could do that, but he just went all in for it. And no,
a lot of mana to work with. He knew Frank was connecting. That's a great play call. Saw some heroes mid. That's enough to trigger it. Dark Mago taking names right now. 5-0 to 0-4 between these two mids.
We have yet to see this hero right here get anything really set up. No Fiend Script, no Nightmare, nothing.
It's looking like some of the other KJ games where he's just kind of running around solo feeding. And they did win those games because the carry and the scale kicked in, but I still think it's just not panning out how they want it to.
Yeah. Well, Whisper can start becoming a bit more of a damage threat, also a bit of a nuisance to the Storm Spirit once he gets to an Ags. Then his Rolling Thunder will actually start doing some damage.
LGD are very efficient, though. They are keeping up in farm. I have to point that out.
Look at El Nicho's
outpost.
Solar Crest into a Crimson Guard Ringmaster.
That's pretty cool.
They take a lot of damage doing this Tormentor, and they're going to TP away some heroes. LGD are closing in with the smoke, and they're going to find some low HP pickoffs. Oh my god, that was quite the Lotus that Frank had in his back pocket. Too bad for him that the Rolling Thunder stops the TP, and the Templar Assassin does not stop putting out damage. So that's going to be your first Deso charge for Yuma.
It's a okay outcome for playtime. It was a pretty quick double TP outpost smoke for LGD. It's almost unlucky they didn't get there a couple seconds faster. They would have caught some big targets. Very heads up read of the situation, but unable to capitalize on the big boys. They'll take a frog instead.
The shards they would have gotten out of it are also so value that Tormentor is worth no matter what, right? Like they got Spotlight, which is good against TA, both for the reveal and the mischance. But then the other one would have been Boomerang, which is excellent for the SF and Storm and all the magic damage they put out.
Good shard lineup, that's for sure.
Long zip. He's going to find KJ. Mago does it again with a corner ward that spotted them coming down that Twin Gate area. Now he's going to quickly TP into mid where Schofield tries to make the initiation with his Blink Dagger. Doesn't quite land, but he lands the shot there of the Sharpshooter to finish him off. Is that a gem pickup?
The fight's happening top.
Yeah, what is this?
Box on the roar.
The TA can finish off SF. It would be big. Managed to get the wheel on the Beastmaster at 100-0 with Dark Mago showing up. Dude, they Storm Spirits everywhere, and he dodged the Rolling Thunder too. Now the SF has gone down the one time, but there is a lack of damage now. KJ cannot even complete that TP as this fight is being completely contained by playtime while the Beastmaster is dead. 30 seconds.
Butterfly done while you're at the high ground at 23. This is an insane push timing. And this is almost why I wanted them to pick a bit here that committed to this push, because I think LGD don't have a lot to fight this early. They need more time for the Tricore to scale here. They need more of the late game. Your late game is irrelevant if you don't get there.
15,000 net worth at 23 minutes, a 670 GPM, and another pickoff on KJ. The supports are food because they can dive as deep as they want outside of going into the fountain. Supports are easy kills. Now the Beastmasters back up, but they do have the Aghanim Scepter of Whisper. So this is a timing. LGD are still not favored for the fight, but maybe they can take it out anyway. Though the grab onto Whisper, that's going to be dangerous. Got the roar. There's the box in response. Whisper trying to get out of here. Run down by Dark Mongol. Pulls in Yuma into the whip. Chain stun. He's dead. Two cores instantly taken out. And this might just be a fast game one as LGD are overwhelmed inside of their own base. A BKB just to get back to that fountain for Tai Lung. He wouldn't survive any other way.
We thought this was going to be some close games. This is one of the fastest games of the qualifier. Maybe of any of the qualifiers. They're just rolling them. God damn.
PlayTime will have to back out as there is tier 2s on both the mid and bottom lane because this push came so early. They haven't really gone through the steps of, you know, slowly taking map control away.
They already have Parasma on Storm with 21 galvanized stacks. He has a galvanized stack per minute almost. That's disgusting. He got double regen in this game too. That's why he had so much mana for that top jump to gate TB mid. It's been Dark Mongol all the way. He has Croca Genius on top of it too. Gotta remember his bonus damage. So you got Parasma plus Croca Genius with 21 galvanized stacks. Even if you kill this SF through the box save, through the spotlight, the Largo heal, the Storm is a massive problem.
He's just able to build straight damage. He went Kaisanj into Parasma. He's going to buy an early shard here. He has no need for Lincolns or BKB. He doesn't have to stop and get a defensive item against this lineup. Once again, it is PlayTime a bit split here, and LGD have a chance to go for something. Witz is going to teleport away. LGD not knowing the opportunity that was in front of them.
They're still looking for some sort of setup with this Bane. KJ has been involved in nothing.
Oh my
0, 6, and 0. That's real rough, man. Like, to be not involved in anything as a support for the first 25 minutes, it's almost a death sentence alone.
I mean, Tai Lung has only been a part of one kill. He's been part of one assist. Yuma has only been a part of one kill. They only have 4 in total, so...
For sure, I'm not singling him out as it's only his fault, but as a 5 position, I think it's extra bad. You can sometimes get away with it as a core, but as a 5, it feels real rough.
Even if you can hit the timing to get through this butterfly, a Satanic will be there soon. Or Witz's SF. Storm Spirit. Ooh.
I missed the Bane.
Yeah. KJ tucks into the corner here.
It's like I can't die anymore if I sit in this corner of the map.
And he'll join his teammates on the other side.
Need MKB on Templar Assassin before you fight, I think. I don't think you can afford to go BKB before it, so I think you're going to have to get MKB and somehow protect Yuma in the middle of the fight. I just don't know how you do that. You have very little to protect this TA, just getting jumped by Storm, and then the wheel gets thrown down, and then you're stuck fighting on top of this wheel. It just sounds miserable.
Even the offensive execution has to be insane. You have to stun the SF, Yuma focus him down, and then Whisper is also hitting the backline heroes, stopping the save at the same time.
Sounds like a lot to me, especially against Satanic Shadow Fiend. You can probably just sit there. You have Ags, Largo too. A lot of extra sustain just hit this lineup. That buys them a lot of time to kind of hold the box and see what happens in the fight. Even if you roar a target, you don't have to box them right away. You're so tanky. You just sit there, see what happens. They roar. If they don't commit, okay, you hold the box. Then they have to commit something else. It's just miserable for LG to try and burst somebody down.
If they do manage to stall, though, they will have both MKB and Nullifier. So then you don't have a save anymore.
That helps. Helps the single target focus for sure. I just think you're going to be so far behind, even if you kill the first guy, you run into the issue of are you winning the fight?
Yeah. You also don't
that's a
dispel
different-
Crimson Guard buff, so.
The old Crimson Ringmaster.
Yeah, that's the first time for me, that's for sure.
Thinking about Vlads too. He's just pure old school aura. Physical aura bot for Shadow Fiend. I like it. That's what your lineup's built around. Make him as strong as possible. That's called net worth amplification. Classic OG tactic. Oh, they already have a Vlad. Okay. Well, do they know that? Are they building two? What's going on here?
I'm sure Schofield will give him the heads up at some point.
God, Vlad is such a bad item.
Wait, what's such a bad item?
Vlads.
I can't.
It's really dog shit. This item is basically 2,200 gold for 20% lifesteal and 18% damage, which is quite good scale.
Yeah.
But it's quite expensive for what it does, which is basically nothing. It gives 1 armor and 0.75 mana regen plus the armor ore.
Yeah, I mean, it's
basically
terrible
a
for the
ring of
person who
protection.
buys the Vlads.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a really bad item on its own. It can be quite a good net worth amplifier in a game like this where your SF is just mega jacked. Yeah, then it works. Like, I don't dislike it here. I'm just saying in general, these items, you need to really understand why you're buying it and what timing you're going for. In timing pushes like this, the item's amazing. So PlayTime
22,000
really
net worth.
identifies.
The Storm Spirit at 19k, and both Tai Lung and Yuma sitting at 17k. They're going to give up a lane of barracks to just buy a little bit more time. Time that is rapidly expiring because there is no mid-tier 2. Wits is just going to keep it going. He's got 4 minutes left on the Aegis. You will have to fight this out. 5 versus 6. You better hope you have some buybacks on heroes.
It's the MKB for the TA. Gives you a little all-in potential here. 2 lives to get through on the Shadow Queen, plus the box, plus Satanic.
Trying to get the melt hit. Lands the roar, nullifier alongside it. Crimson Guard goes out, and look at the HP. It's not going down at all. Yuma tries in vain to do damage to the SF, but between the wheel and the Crimson Guard, not much is done. Caught by a beautiful bushwhack there from Schofield with a blink dagger, and GG is called before the fight is even done. LGD have completely trounced in this game 1. They got whooped.
They got absolutely 4 kills in a 30-minute game. You should in the first 15 minutes here, especially. Who can dominate some of these lanes and get out to a fast start.
Also, one more thing. You don't think, like I'm with you, Enigma doesn't pair super well with these 2 supports, but they do have Black Hole Supernova. Like, that is a 1-2 punch that
strong.
is very synergistic.
It's a lot of team fight. There's a lot of scale in this lineup, that is for sure. There's a box save again. There's the hook shot. There's some small counters, but yeah, you're right. If they can get it set up, anchoring a fight around an objective is super strong for LGD. They want to be the ones sitting in the Roche pit, making you have to go into the Supernova, into Midnight Pulse Black Hole. That's going to be miserable. So
I feel like this is
do
a game
agree
where
that's
KJ should be able to shut us up, right? And actually have a good game because they have so many ways to protect the Abe. They've got Black Hole, but they've also got Roar. They've got Avalanche, 2 other really good answers. He's matched up against some low damage tank heroes, which Phoenix pops off against. And also his playstyle has been super aggressive this qualifiers. He's been playing in the enemy jungle all the time and sometimes dying a lot for it. But Phoenix is one of the better heroes to play the enemy side of the map because you have an escape mechanism. Very few supports have.
I agree with you, but not for any of those reasons. He's not on Bane. That's all I see. It's
Okay.
not Bane. So I have to believe he's going to have a much better time because it's just a different situation than what he's done for like the last 6 games and has a miserable time. So I think sometimes you got to just change it up because something's going wrong and you don't have time to figure it out and you're just not feeling it. Like, he is a great Bane player. He really is. He's, and I say this as a fellow great Bane player in my time. he plays the hero quite
one
well.
of the great Bane players
Yes.
to another.
Like greatness recognizes greatness. Okay, and I'll tell you, like, he is a great Bane player, but it's not clicking for him right now. And you don't want to sit here and bang your head against the brick Bane wall and try and figure that out, right? Like, just move on, find something else. So I think he'll have a better time simply because of that. The monkey is off his back, you know, the Bane monkey, like the witch doctor cosmetic. You know, he flung it off his back, he hurled it into PlayTime's face, and now they have to deal with it.
What if Bane had a skin? Have you seen, is it called just The Monkey, that recent horror flick about the toy monkey?
What are you talking about?
Okay. This is not a small
What?
movie for a horror film.
Toy
It came out-
monkey?
Yeah. You know, one of the monkeys
You're
that
thinking
has
that
the-
Chucky, bro.
No,
You're
it
thinking
has,
of Chucky.
you know the toy that has the symbols. You wind it up, it plays.
Yes,
it
yes,
claps
I
its
know
hands.
the toy.
Yes, there is a horror movie about one of those and the curse that it has. Blah blah blah.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Anyway, what if Bane had one of those when he put Nightmare on you? A little monkey showed up on your back.
They just got all the items.
Yeah.
I'm all for
Also,
that.
I feel like Wind Ranger is still ultimately a ranged hero that can kill Eidolons.
Early on, but not the later ones.
Sure.
Maybe if they
I guess
continually
I
combo
always feel
spells out.
bad about heroes that can kill Eidolons early. Like level 3 or 4 Eidolons, most cores can't deal with those anyway. It's the early Eidolons that need help, you know?
Oh, you got a micro better. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Are you telling Whisper he needs to micro better too?
Maybe. Maybe I might message him after this game. See what I do.
Well, I'll
I'm
just
sure he
say,
would appreciate
as one of the great Enigma players, you know, real
No, you can't
recognize
say that,
real,
dude.
all right?
No,
Whisper's
no.
a fantastic Enigma player, all right?
Is someone in this call with us? Because I know you're not referring to you. Like, there ain't no way in hell.
Yeah, I've got Universe. Universe came to LA and he's visiting me, and he said
He is a
Whisper's
great- he is a
Enigma
great
is
one.
very good.
If he said that, then yes, I'd believe it. Because
Okay.
he is a great Enigma player, but I have not heard him say
He
that.
also said your Bane is trash.
You know what? You're not even a good Dota player, so you're lucky you
That's
have this
true.
job at all.
That's true.
The Enigma's killing it though. 15 and 8. 8 denies. God damn. And he is going the drum. This is what I like to see. No
Yeah.
stupid Midas shenanigan or some like Helm bullshit. Just get the drum, ramp it up, slay some nerds out here. You know, you got run over in game 1. Time to run them back over. Put that
Yeah.
car in reverse.
I even saw in the Chinese qualifier, I think there was Enigma, and they don't even go Tranquil Boots. They just rush straight drums. Where before it was Tranquil Boots, then drums, and then maybe you get Boots of Pairing.
Drum is the best item on this hero in terms of gaining an advantage in the game. So I'm all for it. And I think Hoodwink is a support that can easily set up those kills. You know, you split the Eidolons, you have drum, single bushwhack lands, that guy's just dead. So they have some easy setup to accomplish. And the lanes going way more LGD's way this time around. There's no SF out of control. There's no weird mid matchup that is losing runes or HP. It's just cruising, man. Cruising across the board.
Even the mid matchup seems to be going pretty well for Tai Lung, as he was able to secure some early denies with the boars. Seems like the Kunkka has to Tidebringer like 3 times in order to kill the boars.
They just micro.
Yeah, exactly. Also, what does Schofield do in this lane? Phoenix versus Clockwork is not a fun
Not a
matchup.
lot. Not a lot. He can pull waves. He can rocket flare range creeps. That's about it. Might see him try and move, but where do you move to in this game? Not easy.
Here comes KJ. He's going to make the first move through the gate. Schofield, he's going to TP in to try and counter that, but it's so hard to walk into an Eidolon army like this, especially
shot,
when
you're fighting up here.
you're fire spirited up. You can't even right click to kill them.
It's exactly what LG want. They want playtime getting sucked into this Enigma lane. The drum is already done. We have so much firepower up here. If I'm playtime, I don't want to be anywhere near this.
Got the shackle shot. He stuck around a little bit too long, Whisper. hit by the blood grenade and a dagger, multiple slowdowns. Now, Schofield's going to have some trouble here, but if they can get the kill on Whisper, it'll all be worth it. Whisper's definitely dead. Now the question is, will Schofield get out? A Bushwhack could land and get the kill. Bushwhack lands. The Eidolons come to collect. They get it. A shackle shot on Theo LaCour into the whip. Missed the dagger awkwardly enough, and Theo LaCour, I think, knows he's dead. He's going to try and get the kill on El Micho. El Micho has the potion to play
power shot.
Power shot misses. The Eidolons block out Wits, and Bushwhack, how did that not land? What?
Gabe Newell at valvesoftware.com, please, sir.
That was
I'm sending you a replay if you can review it on your yacht. What was that?
And here comes the drum. And
oh my!
Bushwhack that lands. A Bushwhack for the double. And Dark Mago's like, what the hell is going on up here, guys? I gotta bail you assholes out. He's gonna come in with his Invis rune, and he'll find nothing. Tai Lung has given the information to LGD. Dark Mago will not find anything for his rotation, but a couple of Eidolons.
Captain doesn't want to be bailing the ship. That's not what the captain wants to see. As its decimation is top. I told you, I would not want to be anywhere near this Enigma lane. I think that went better for them than it might have been in a lot of scenarios. Like, they double blood grenaded Whisper down before he had Eidolon split. And it still ended up terrible because these Eidolons were taking names. Oh, running him again. This is...
Get the boat back.
This is risky.
Theo. Power shot, they'll ensure the kill, and they will get the Wisdom Shrine. It's not guaranteed that KJ can get this on the other side, though.
It looks a little rough for him.
If he can survive through the Frog Stomp, he can hold here for long enough that his 2 cores show up. So, yeah, they will get it in the end.
I'm kind of surprised that LGD let this Kunkka sit up here for that long without a punish somewhere on the map.
Tai Lung doesn't have a TP for some reason, so it comes down to him.
They're going to get dove again up here. I mean, you have to help Whisper. You can't let this happen.
Yeah, this is not acceptable. TP finally comes in from the Beastmaster, collected from the Courier, and the punish, got in front of him. He tried to unicycle away. The Ringmaster will die.
Now I feel they kind of overcommitted the TPs here. It's like, where were those earlier? Now the whole brigade shows up, but the right call. You have to defend Enigma in this game. He's too strong to let get run over. I mean, he's highest net worth. He's highest impact. The Kunkka does have the good matchup, so PlayTime are trying to force that interaction as much as they can. But there should be a trade somewhere else on the map, either free farm Tiny or you're getting power runes or something of this nature. They do get a haste for Tai Lung. It's pretty nice here. Pretty scary rune on the map as we take a quick breather. Make sure to stay hydrated, Austin.
I will.
And all those people in Twitch chat, make sure to drink water or you'll die.
If you don't drink water within 2 minutes, you will die.
That's how life works.
You can't really hang around this lane much longer. They gotta find him out. This is not a good place to stay any longer. Bushwhack and the black hole. He is being pushed and pulled and ripped apart.
Damn, he got spaghettified straight up.
Damn.
Which is the official term for being ripped apart in a black hole.
I do know that.
It's 4 years of university got me just for that moment. Theo? He is dead.
4 years to get a degree to be afraid of black holes. All you did
so I
was
could throw out
develop a
official.
phobia.
I'm not afraid of black holes.
I mean, you should be. Isn't theoretically it's supposed to be like the most painful possible way to die? You get stretched out while also time is dilating and just lasts forever. It feels like it's lasting forever.
Do you know anyone that's happened to? No.
I don't. That's why I said theoretically.
Exactly.
But
well, there's a lot of things theoretically.
You know, universe and Stephen Hawking just showed up. Stephen Hawking, what's up, man?
Let's just move back to Dota, Austin. I think we're getting a little off beat here.
Okay.
Like, you keep bringing up these weird off topics.
Oh, yeah. You don't like it when I win arguments by introducing people that don't fit, huh?
This is the guy who said he's going to take Shaq one-on-one. Like, I'm not hearing anything.
War goes out mid lane. Focus on the game, Avery. A little bit of a save there from the Ringmaster. Missed the dagger, though, to get the kill on KJ, while Dark Mago still being run down, and an avalanche to secure the kill. So core for support, and Yuma's going to keep hunting.
He's got an arcane room.
Blocked out by the cogs, though, and that kind of kills that whole situation.
Really awkward team fight. You lose your Kunkka. Such a tanky hero. Just gets bursted down, even with the box save. Unable to escape. A little rough here for playtime. All of a sudden, off kilter. LGD strike back. Just hard to interact with this Enigma up top. The Kunkka doesn't have a lot of damage follow-up with the support duo, which is something we highlighted in the draft. Will get fixed later on, but for now, it's kind of hard for Dark Mago to make plays. So it's a very static game for them. And so far, it's LGD winning out in that static lane setup as they get to play their style, kind of control the game, make the connections they want, and have some solid scale to fall back on. With this Phoenix, Enigma, Beast, triple BKB piercing, ultimate triumvirate.
You know, this kind of reminds me of the, like, you know, over a decade ago. Remember the first concept of the dead lane? Not whatever BSJ was talking about, but like the heroes that you don't want to rotate into, right? Juggernaut, Lifestealer, these kind of heroes that it's just like a lane that feels like you can't gank. And it was the idea being like a lot of it was good to be able to have those kind of setups against these super aggro teams, like let's say the MVP Phoenixes of the time, right? Where you create this situation where they want to be aggressive, they want to be active, they want to be rotating around the map, but there are certain lanes they just can't interact with. And it does kind of feel like that could be a good setup for LGD against this playtime. With the Enigma representing a hero they just can't kill unless they catch him in the river. All in, double ultimates, pull him back in with the tongue. He gets
we got all three.
But the power shot from across the screen comes in from Wits, finishes him off.
Is it enough?
And now KJ with the exploding egg can maybe try and get one kill out of this. It's Frank burning him, Sunray trying to chase him down to the ends of the earth, but the heal, the blood grenade, and the fire spirits are not enough. They cannot out damage the heals that get put in. In the end, it is the Kunkka for the Enigma, but LGD, they take over the battlefield and they take the mid tower.
All that spell power, and it's a 1-for-1. Kind of wild. If that black hole can exist for longer, it would have been nasty, but Whisper just got chunked down early. Great supernova. KJ's already had more impact in this game than he probably had in like the last 5. That's a great sign for LGD. Really nice positioning. He hit all the fire spirits there too. And honestly, a big item in this game has been the stupid Legion shield for Theo. Yeah. Like really good Legion shield game because you're protecting these Eidolons and the Beastmaster summons from the damage going through off of these heroes. So it's just kind of impossible to take the summons down in these early fights. It's a big deal. This neutral item is really good, especially in games like this. So really smart pickup for him, bringing this team fight together. And all 3 of the top net worths belong to LGD here. A very different story in this game too. They're even getting some Beastmaster stacks. Everything going.
Radiant are scanning.
14-minute Wisdom Shrines are going to spawn soon, but doesn't look like any team has an idea of contesting the opposing. Both teams, similar to Game 1, team got a lead off an early laning phase, and now it seems like we may settle into a little 2 or 3 minute farming period.
Oh, did you see that?
No.
The Shard Golems, they're hurl bouldering the Eidolons. I told you, they hurl boulder the summons. Look, it just did it there. You see that shit? What is that?
I was just about
What,
to
did it
say,
again?
I didn't see it, and therefore it didn't happen. Then I did see it.
That's what I'm saying. These Shard Golems will only hurl boulder summons units. But not all it's really weird. I don't know why it's coded like that. I feel like I was taking crazy pills or something, but now it's recorded for all time.
I was hoping to make you feel that way.
I mean, I guarantee you there was probably like 10 people in chat just trying to gaslight me into being like, no, they don't. They never throw it. Well, look at you now. You Shard Golemed yourself in the face.
Wow. LGD have managed through their various summons, despite the neutrals' attempts to stop them with the Shard Golems. They're up 5K. And it is only growing as they're going to, one, they have more map control, and two, I think they just have faster farming heroes. They've got a Phoenix that can farm up neutrals. Enigma is going to be very efficient at it.
They don't have a lot of vision to play off of, though, right now. It's been hard to get words deep
Theo.
on playtime.
Oh, the wheel didn't latch. He didn't manage to hold the beast long enough, and the black hole is just instantly going to get used on Wits. Whisper is not messing around. He's going to make sure this carry goes down.
This game's getting a little spooky for playtime. Like, they're up against a lot of scale and big ults, and they're going to start to bleed heroes out on the map, lose map control. Blink daggers are online for LGD on the Tiny and the Enigma. There's a lot of risk playing out on the map right now.
TP that stops Yuma, sees an opportunity, cancels the TP bottom, makes a play for mid. Doesn't really find the opening for a toss back or anything. And they're actually going to just straight up roar Dark Mago. He got up the BKB before the roar, but there really wasn't going to be anything following that up from LGD. And Schofield recognizes that, gets the hook on Theo LaCour. Immediately an avalanche from Yuma.
Nice,
and the Windrager's going to be in some trouble here. A lot of damage from the Tiny, but he chases down Theo LaCour rather easily. And Whisper can't do anything about it this time around. No black hole. Goes for a teleport away, but the whip is there to stop it. El Micho puts him in his place this time around. 2 dead on the side of LGD as they opt to try and take a fight that doesn't make any sense. And now the power shot gives the vision to Yuma. It's going to be a third hero dead. A 5,000 net worth lead that is being ripped away from LGD as they got a little bit too big for themselves trying to take that fight in the mid lane. Initiating on a Kunkka with no black hole ready.
That is a big difference there. Effectively, no roar or black hole. Like, yeah, you traded a roar for BKB, and if you just back off, I think you're chilling. But then you get sucked into that fight. And how do you get sucked in that fight? Schofield clockwork. He does it again. He just gets the initiation. It was a nice bushwhack up the cliff. Looked like it was maybe going to disjoint that fight, but they just chased through. Power of the Largo, buffing everybody up. You're able to get in there, and finally, connection for playtime in this game. They're kind of siggy. These chaotic team fights where they just run you down. You're not able to sit there and just cast your big ults. You're in big trouble. Kunkka is fat, by the way. We haven't really talked about Dark Mago too much, but he is net worth leader. His hero can farm super fast, and he can scale pretty well, even if he's a little low damage himself early game. He gets 4 or 5 slotted. Could be a problem for this LGD lineup.
Throughout this qualifier, we've been talking about Chasm Stone hits the hook shot and
nice
shackle
play
shot
from
to ensure the kill. Wait, no, they're actually going to back off. A little bit afraid of the situation. Power shot as Wits was too low to feel good about going for the kill. He thought maybe the Tiny would show up, but Yuma has been farming away. KJ opt just an early Chasm Stone, which he is going to build Shivas at some point. But
telling you, these guys love these casual Chasm Stones. I don't know how much I like them. It's okay on this hero. See if it pays off in the long run. Not a farming item. Not a gold injector.
No.
Just
I mean, it does. Increasing the AoE makes it better for hitting the lane creeps, because it could be hard to hit all the melee and the range creeps with the 1 round of Fire Spirit.
Yeah, if you're bad.
No, like legitimately, you can't do it most. The spacing is not right. So, if he's going to be hitting a lot of waves, it makes sense. Like, I think it's fantastic for core Phoenix.
Okay, maybe it gives you an extra little bit of GPM. Then it's worth it. I'll buy that argument a little bit.
You're trying to bullshit me. What are you going to do with this Shadow Blade, Dark Mago? He's got level 15 plus 75 Tidebringer damage with a recent Shadow Blade pickup. He is at a personal peak right now. They also have the Kai Assange done for Frank. So some of these items are coming together for this timing. Is Playtime going to make a move with it?
Ready to fight. The issue is fighting this game. You want to start it on a single target without LGD being ready. If they're just sitting there ready as 5, it's going to be hard to just run into them. Especially with the big spells. But they are trying to finish some items right now. So timing-wise, there's an opportunity here to maybe find something. You're trying to finish up this, I assume Shadow Blade for the Tiny, might be BKB. Ag's just done for the Beastmaster. There's a BKB coming for Enigma eventually here, so those are going to be the big timings for LGD. They're going to try and hit and then force some objectives with them. A lot of scale still to be built.
I just feel like PlayTime should want to do something. They're keeping an eye on Tormentor, but look at the network, right? They pulled it down. It went 6K to 3K, then it's back up to 6K with just farming. Hookshot onto the Tormentor. Schofield actually managed to get the cross, locking in Tai Lung. He's going to get roared and killed, though. The rest of the team too far away to immediately take advantage. Here comes Dark Mago. Gets the X. Initiation on Yuma. Yuma blinks into them, hits them with the avalanche. Doesn't want to go into the wheel. It may not have a choice. The black hole goes out, but it gets interrupted. And the BKB from Dark Mago looking for the kill on Yuma. Power shot hits him. He still doesn't die. And now they're underneath the tower. This is a dangerous spot to be. And we have a pause from Yuma out of nowhere. Where is the reason? Ooh, a
There's
disconnect.
the reason. Who's even... I don't even know who's favored at this point. This fight looks mega chaotic.
I mean, if you have buybacks on LGD, this has got to heavily favor them, right? They're operating underneath a tier 1 tower.
They don't have buys, though. I mean, you're not going to buy Enigma.
They've got it on the Enigma and the 2 supports, but yeah, the big hitters here, the Tiny and the Beastmaster, who it does look like Tai Lung is in serious trouble. He's got 21 charges.
It's about to get whipped, though.
He is going to be whipped. Wind Ranger doesn't have power shot. Already used focus fire.
I think the Beast is dead no matter what. Maybe the LGD supports get one of these heroes, but this looks like a one fight for playtime. Unless Yuma's willing to jump back in. He does have another combo in 1 second with Blink, but he's on 100 HP. So he's got to be careful what he jumps into. But he could just combo everybody.
I think Wits dies. If he manages to get the
that's what I'm saying.
Wits dies. And
I think it's tempting.
AoE of
He
that might
go.
win you the fight on top of it. All right.
Let's see what happens. Post-pause shenanigans.
Tai Lung get bursted down before he can do anything. Whip goes out. Full retreat from playtime. KJ has already hit the dig. Responds though on Wits and finishes him off. He just runs him down rather easily. Yuma does die going back in, but it is a one-team fight for LGD.
Okay.
Final bit of axes. El Misho trying to stay alive thanks to the potion, but he will take out KJ. Does some serious work in the middle of that fight. Schofield will try and zone him out from the Wisdom Shrine. Does so successfully, but it's probably going to cost him his life here. Being run down past the tier 2. They have anything to slow him down. Theo does have his ultimate. Bushwhack up 1 second. Oh, missed the Bushwhack. Schofield. He manages to sidestep it. Oh my god, he was surrounded by trees and Theo somehow missed.
He's going to hook him. He's going to hook shot him, dude. Oh, he's gonna kill somebody here.
Go for it.
Oh my god.
Oh, he blinks.
Oh my god.
Kills. No way.
No.
Schofield, you absolute monster. If he manages to pull this off with a shackle shot latching down Tai Lung, Aurora goes out. Tai Lung's on the run. Wits. Can he hit a power shot to finish off Tai Lung? Doesn't need to. Dark Mago is there on the other side with the
Schofield got him.
And Schofield gets the.
He's not even dead.
Die. He doesn't die. He gets both the supports. He sets up the kill on the Beastmaster. What a goddamn legend.
This guy's the best clockwork in the world. Who the hell else does all of that in that sequence? The hookshot instant blink cogs them all on the bridge. Disgusting stuff from this man right here. He wants to win this series 2-0. He's like, hell no, I ain't losing this game. Y'all gonna butcher the team fight, but I'm gonna delay the Tormentor. We're gonna lose the team fight, and then we're gonna effectively wipe them anyway, and then we're gonna get Tormentor. Why? Because I am the Tin Man with the battle plan. That was a sick sequence.
Yeah, that was.
All because he dodged that bushwhack at the start too. Like he just sidestepped it. Holy.
And how bad does Theo feel? Right? All of this could have been prevented if he had just landed the hit on Schofield. Then Schofield isn't able to stop them from running through the bridge. They're probably too far away for the Wind Ranger to catch at that point.
I mean, how many players in their career have said, if only versus Schofield?
Yeah.
That's him to a T. That's his play style.
Yeah. and rewarded with the Aghanim Shard off of Tormentor.
Hell yeah, he deserves it. Well, that salvaged that situation a lot. Still playtime on the back foot just because you are going to start to get some of the scale up for LGD, particularly the BKB on the Enigma. So now you have no black hole answer other than that hook shot coming through. But I guess the Shard Jetpack maybe helps you maneuver with it for that a little bit. Or if you can start on the Enigma, he does die very quickly. So that's another route you can go.
Yeah, Schofield cut the lead in half. They had an 8,000 net worth lead at the peak off of winning that fight, and it's dropped down to 4K. I can't believe it's not I can't believe that Playtime hasn't been favored off of winning these last two team fights.
Their cores are still behind. I mean, that's what Dota's looking at, right? The models are mainly looking at net worth. So it's always a factor. Enigma scaling is also pretty good here. But it doesn't recognize the genius that is Schofield Dota. So how do you measure that in a model, Austin? You can't. It's an unpredicted. What's it called? A unpredictable variable. You know.
No AI would be able to replicate.
Hell no.
The craziness that is Schofield. They are going to be. Do you think double Shivas is still acceptable with new Shivas? Do you think maybe it's even better since it's a better armor item?
Technically, yeah. There's less overlap.
Okay.
So it's better to have two of them than the previous version. I think it's fine.
Okay. Also, just purely the fact that Shivas now builds from Chasm Stone. As you said, many of these players are really enjoying the Chasm Stone effect, and we've already talked about how it's good for Phoenix, but the Enigma, obviously, very good for this hero. Midnight Pulse gets more value, and then the magic of a good black hole is made a whole lot easier if the AoE is just that much bigger.
100%. I think Enigma's maybe the best Chasm Stone hero from the standpoint of what difference does it make for his spells. The extra AoE catching someone in your black hole combo or not can literally make or break a team fight, make or break a game. So
and
I think it's a must buy.
It snowballs on itself because at some point you can also build an Aghanim Scepter, which did with the pull, like the bigger AoE of the black hole itself and the bigger AoE of the pull, all becomes really annoying to deal with.
That's where all this scale is going to kick in eventually. So you got to start to find something here for your playtime, I think. You got to get this Wind Ranger back in the game a little bit more. Wits needs something. He's 1-4, 9 assists, but not holding a lot to his name as LGD eyeing up Roshan. Do you really want to force another objective against this Clockwork that caused just so many problems on that tournament?
You've got Supernova and Black Hole. Like, if there's any objective
for sure
you can force, it's got to be Rogue.
Dangerous against Schofield, though.
And
dangerous against Schofield.
He can get a good setup here. Hookshot goes out, trying to stop the Liqueur from getting off the ultimate, bursting down the Margot. Meanwhile, the ring inside the pit forces them to use the black hole just to stop the Aegis from being grabbed by Dark Mago. They will kill Dark Mago in that process. The Supernova also zoning back many of these heroes, keeping Theo alive as the little hoodwink stays alive inside the trees here. Avalanche goes out. Frank manages to survive through it all. Zuma started that whole fight going after him. Schofield not going to be as lucky here. Jetpack is going to be stopped multiple times by the Malefice, and the Eidolons will pick him apart. So this time around, they do go for an interrupt on the objective, but all Playtime get out of it is the last hit on Roshan.
Smart play by LGD. They ran inner hill. They don't let the Playtime core just go into the pit. Intercepts that fight, turns it into you're going to have to fight into this black hole for Aegis. It's just impossible. Maybe if boat off before he ran in could have made a big difference because he didn't survive for a while. Just unable to be off. And let's make run that fight. Yeah, you dagger that bird.
Get him.
Shiva's done now.
Done on him, and it looks like Whisper has said, you know what, maybe double Shiva this isn't the play, and he's going to go on instead.
Okay. Ocarina does boost your farm rate up considerably.
Bye-bye,
Frank.
Dude, he was
Having
just
trouble
about
getting
to
the lanes out.
complete, his Aghanim Scepter, too.
True. That's going to set him back. As the map control has been LGDs for most of this game, I feel. Yeah, you're getting some efficiency out of the jungle with the Kunkka, but it's kind of it. Your other two cores have been pretty sad. I just don't know how much Kunkka can carry this game. It is Dark Mago Kunkka. Gives me some more faith.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Smoke is going to be popped, rather, not break, as four-man movement through the triangle. Up to where PlayTime is. They're going to be in some trouble here. It's going to be the Ringmaster, gets jumped. He's dead immediately, but at least Wits is able to get out. And Tai Lung actually loses his BKB on Courier.
Radiant are scanning.
Huh. Nice snipe, I guess, by neutral creeps? I don't know. Don't know what killed it.
Weird one. Fortunately, he's still working with 2.5 minutes on Aegis, so it may not matter him missing that BKB, but...
The idea for LG to get in high ground with this Aegis, I doubt it looks a little difficult. You don't have a BKB on Beastmaster. Sure. Just get some tier 2 sort of on the sidelines. You're going to try to do the Schofield clockwork. But he wanted it. Times.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tai Lung's going to push in bottom lane and take another tier 2. And it seems like a lot of the wind has gone out of the PlayTime sails. As they don't really want to contest during this Aegis timing. They're just going to give up objectives, which means that LGD is going to be taking more and more of a net worth lead yet again. Still, though, it hasn't really broken out too far. Sitting at a 6,000 net worth lead. Octarine is done for Whisper, which means he's going to start accelerating even faster. Both between an Octarine pickup and then at some point you get your level 20. You're just throwing Eidolons all over the place. You can farm like a third of the map at a time. Yeah.
He's going to farm with his Octarine, but then you're still going to have to deal with double Ag Black Hole. Later on in this game, you only have that one hook shot. Maybe Ringmaster
What's
Ags
doing out
helps?
here? Holy cow, how did he even get here? Trying to farm on the enemy side of the map. I guess thinking it was going to be too dangerous to be on his side, but got spotted by Yuma. TP in from Theolacor, and that is going to be a dead carry for PlayTime.
He has a finished BKB, but unable to really find anything in this game. There's a roar.
Dive through, 8 goes off. Tai Lung has caught Schofield. Hookshot gets him away. Hookshot it to El Micho, and that these double ults used, not finding a kill. They're not really going to be punished because they still have this Aegis for a time and no Wind Ranger to worry about, but still a sick play.
They're
from
chilling.
Schofield.
Yeah, you waste some time. Unfortunately, again, I don't think this Aegis was going to go high ground anyway. So you're just looking to extract as much net worth as you can. And you're definitely getting a lot.
Caught the X on the Hoodwink. Theo Yules. But unfortunately, that just sets up the cogs as well as Dark Mago's Timebringer hit.
Oh.
Gets in the tree, shoots himself up to the high ground. Dagger's missing all around. Jetpack goes off from Schofield. He wants this damn squirrel dead. Blinks forward, still looking. Does he find him? He finds him. Hits him with the hook shot. Rocket flare and some battery assault maybe. Theolacor gets off the bushwhack. A power shot that misses. Still on the run.
Yo, this damn squirrel.
Yules goes off. They will get him. He will die. But it costs PlayTime a significant amount of time to do so.
Is that even worth it? That doesn't feel like it. You're getting your other lane shoved in by some massive Eidolon army mid. Holy moly. Beast jumped bottom with a creep. He shoved in top. You just can't get the lanes back out.
Here comes the smoke move. They figure one pick off. You're right. They spent a lot of time there. There was a lot of heroes there. They want to try and keep this snowballing. get more pickoffs with at least 2 or 3 of these heroes. 3-man smoke doesn't find anything, though. They're going to clear out their own jungle and find not a damn thing.
It's too hard to find an opening because you don't want to just full send it into LGD sitting on a high ground with potential buybacks and this black hole threat. But if you don't full send it, you're not just going to randomly find some isolated hero. Tough situation.
No vision here. They're going to set up all this. Oh, he instantly tosses him away. Push him into the wheel. Gets hypnotized.
Great black hole.
Nice 2-man black hole on 2. A hook shot attempted. Instead, it's a 3rd hero inside the black hole. And now the supernova. It's a mosh pit here at Playtime. Are getting knocked out inside. If they just got to head for the hills here. Playtime all trying to retreat. A Yule Scepter stops the Kunkka. Got him inside the bushwhack. A toss back up in the air. Playtime took a risk. They went for the tankiest hero on the team. Went for the carry Tiny, and they got him to about half health before Whisper intercepted with his Blink BKB black hole.
Too easy for him, honestly. Like, if you start on the frontliner and you just give him a free fight, he's always going to find the connection, and he can also black hole in a direction that blocks that hook shot. There's no chance for Schofield to find a cancel there. Even if you do, that fight might be over anyway. The scaling team fight here for LGD causing Playtime a lot of problems. Can't find their little chaotic openings when there's just this massive looming ball threat. LGD striking back super well in this game too after a demoralizing loss. And looks like they might come away with a convincing win here. This trend continues. It's Enigma
It does
pick.
feel like you were talking about before. Like, even if LGD close out this game, it does feel like a little bit sloppier. Like Playtime's game that they dominated, it felt like they made almost no mistakes.
Sure.
Roar goes out, catches Wits, and with a follow-up from the Hoodwink already at half health, and pushed back in, or pulled back in rather, by the Harpoon. Another pick off. Wits is just not having a game here. He dominated game 1 on his SF, and his Wind Ranger is finding no purchase in game 2.
Again, there's just nothing really being set up for him. What team fight is he able to come into and clean somebody up? It's just watching his team get black holed. He has to go in close to focus fire somebody. He's a threat. There's a roar threat. There's a bushwhack threat. If he goes on the Phoenix, you're just going to get supernovaed. Really tough lineup to just run in and find connections on. Then the name of the game here as a Boomerang for Theo. Very nice.
Everybody will be healed up. Whisper is a farming machine, though. That's what I'm talking about with that Octarine. He's just been clearing through the map, running Eidolons through all these neutral areas and throwing them down lane after they split. He has picked up his Octarine, he has picked up a Refresher, and he is well on his way to luxury items at this point. He's thinking about a Boots of Travel, perhaps even a Bots 2. Wouldn't be surprised to see an Aghanims at some point, somewhere down the line, or an Aeon Disc, just to make sure he can always get off Black Hole.
I think Playtime's only option is to somehow start on the Enigma,
Radiant are scanned.
or maybe the Beastmaster if you can land a good chain stun on him, but it has to be one of these with the Kunkka in front dealing the big damage, and then you can kind of attack the fight from multiple angles. Make it really awkward for these black holes to land. It's going to be tough. Doable if you can get some good vision out, but very tough. If you just run into LGD's front line, that fight is going to be almost impossible. You're just going to get massacred. So you cannot bite the bait that is Yuma on that front line. You see this Tiny, you have to go around the Tiny. You cannot run into the Tiny here.
Good ward, scouting everything. Good ward that doesn't last for long, thanks to the gem on Theo.
I was waiting for Roche. Absolutely force it.
A little fake out on the outpost and jetpacks away.
He got him. He sent the message.
And still rocket flaring the Roche, who they did steal Roche on last time, so the Clockwork putting damage on it makes it roar. And you know Schofield wants to go for the steal here.
Oh, he's gonna go for it.
Desperate times, desperate measures. Yuma's gonna try and block it, as is KJ setting up, even Theo outside of the pit. They know Schofield's likely to try and find an angle here, and they spot him. So now Schofield is not going to get that opportunity. Just a fast little kill for Yuma while the Roshan dies to the Beastmaster solo. On the other side of the map, Misho and Wits do take the enemy Wisdom Shrine, and we're looking for a pickoff. May still find it if somebody TP's up here. But with Dark Mago dead, maybe LGD do not go back and push out their lanes, but just push straight into a high ground.
Recipient of one of those black holes, courtesy of Whisper, straight to Dark Mago's head. Prophet's Pendulum not going to save you there, even with the potential boat run. Just too much damage, too much scale. Playtime running out of time. And this is a high ground Aegis right here. You have all your BKBs, you have all your ults, you have a banner.
You know, when you mentioned Dark Mago pretty early on having the highest net worth and what he can do with it, I feel like this is just a prime example. Kunkka gets these damage items, but I rarely see Kunkkas anymore. It's been a long time. Yuma trying to get some punishment for the kill on Theo Lacour, trying to recover the gem here. Picked up by El Misho, gets away the Glimmer Cape.
Great shackle.
Hit the wheel onto Yuma. No, he got off the BKB. And Yuma with the harpoon is trying to make a run for it. Blocked out by the Cogs. Not sure where to run from here. The Sun Ray is healing him up. The Black Hole is going to be put onto Frank. And they don't have the Wind Ranger focusing down this Tiny. Instead, he's getting caught by Tai Lung underneath the Supernova. Ultimately, LGD without the swirl and with Tiny almost dying, they just have too much net worth. They have too much firepower on these other heroes.
Insurmountable. Hell of a innate. You get extra status resist. Gets you out of that shackle a little faster. You're able to run a little bit farther away. What a stupid innate. Bails him out of that situation, and then all of a sudden, Wind Ranger's getting roared, Supernova's going off, your Largo's getting black holed. It's like everybody's under their own ultimate, just suffering.
He also had the Prophet's Pendulum, which, you know, he gets out of the disable faster, but also the damage got delayed, allowing the Sunray to heal him up before the damage really kicks in.
A lot of HP to get through on these big boys. Not a lot of time to do it in before the turnaround comes out. We also just haven't seen Playtime be able to abuse the cooldowns here. LGD have done a good job forcing the Roche when they have cooldowns up, which means even if you lose a fight with cooldowns down, what are Playtime going to do about it? Not a lot. There's not a lot to gain off the map.
There's the Bots 2 and Eon Disc for the Enigma. So
He's
6
fat.
slotted now at this point. Can get an upgraded Blink and can swap in another item if he wants to play around with the Refresher as a 7.
It's going to have to be some crazy stun connections here for Playtime. Like big shackles into wheels, into some Kunkka cleaves with the crits. Maybe you have a chance of bringing some of these big boys down.
Whisper's going to run into Dark Mago. Dark Mago's going to run into Whisper. He quickly Silver Edges away. And the Enigma is out of here. Doesn't want to get caught in the side of the map. And a good thing, too, meanwhile, his team already jumps in, finding 2 different victims. One is Schofield, the other Frank. No, the turret comes in. Perfect timing. BKB goes out before the wheel. Tai Lung slowed down. What a shackle shot, though. That could be the death of Tai Lung. Life number 1. Can they get KJ as well? He still has Supernova, and they don't really have a way to force the egg here with the BKB on the Phoenix, holding his ground on the side here. And to be, oh, God, one shot real quick there by Dark Mago. No opportunity to use the Supernova, it seems. Harpoon up to the high ground. Can they chase down Yuma as well? With no BKB, he's in trouble. Caught in the X. And his team not around to bail him out. The Enigma is on his way with a Refresher still. Now he blinked back. He said, that Yuma, he's caught. There's just no reason we should throw more bodies at this fight.
Great execution from Playtime. Sacrifice the clockwork. The black hole lands only on one target in that Kunkka, but he's able to get boxed for a lot of it. And Largo gets to stay alive for once. I feel like that's a big difference. Frank actually gets to play a full team fight, just sustain everybody up through some of the big spells. Really nice execution on a lot of those little things. Great shackle as well. And that's what has to happen. You have to land some of these clutch stuns on the right targets.
Oh, God, this is real awkward. Whisper gets himself stuck right as the smoke gank is coming his way. But maybe it's for the best. Maybe because he's inside of these trees, he breaks himself free. Somehow they don't see him.
What? How do they not see that?
With the wrong direction. They're just barely outside of vision of seeing that midnight pulse.
It went into them.
Now it's going to break into it, and they got him. Immediate shackle. Aeon Disc is going to go off. He's going to BK. Oh, they used the hook shot. Oh, dear. Schofield just too quick on the reactions there. If he had taken a beat, they would have realized they'd caught the Enigma, and there was no way out.
That was a very, very well-timed Aeon Disc bomb. What can you do? Still, this is some breathing room for playtime. They got level 25 on Kunkka, which is a big Tidebringer talent. He got an amp damage. Pretty nice. He has a full Satanic now. He's very tanky. Some breath of life here. If this Kunkka can get some big hits in. These Tidebringers are pretty nasty. They're going to hit real hard.
He's going to get picked off. He does have, wait, no, he's got a Wind Waker. Wind Waker plus Blink Dagger. Shackle Shot goes out. Hook Shot lands on a 2 over here. Not a place that Schofield's likely to survive. The Nullifier keeps him from being boxed right now, but fortunately, a little bit of a whip. There goes the black hole.
God damn.
Dark Mago's right in the middle of this.
He's alive.
And Whisper's trying to fight him out. Dark Mago is still battling through it all.
Oh my.
He gets another big heal. Dear God, somebody stop this man. They finally put him down. They'll put down Frank as well, but it took quite the battle for LGD to beat down this captain.
He tanked 2 black holes, Supernova, and Tiny just wailing on him.
Damage taken.
That is a beefy ass captain. Holy moly. Just sitting in there with Satanic Amp damage, wailing to keep his life total high with Pendulum Boat Rum. He's strong, dude. Takes double black hole to bring him down. And this is almost a great fight for playtime. You get 2 on the hook shot. You kind of survive these black holes, but again, the Wits is just not able to do anything really. You can't even kill the Hoodwink there early on. And it's just too much superiority with the team fight ultis. It's just so much to get through.
And this puts playtime in an awkward position because they've got Eidolons and Tiny. 2 very good things for hitting high ground here. It's going to force buybacks pretty quick out of playtime. We've already got 1 out of the Largo.
Can't fight without the Kunkka, so he either has to buy. You're gonna wait for him.
They're gonna take Megas unless you do something to stop him here. Schofield makes the initiation. Now the buyback comes through. Dark Mago's on his way. Schofield almost dies for this one. Yuma's getting low. Yuma is just dead. That was fast. He gets the Megas. Tai Long is also likely to die here. Throwing out the Roar and Nullifier, but once again, struggling to kill Schofield quickly here. It is Megas, but playtime are on the hunt. BKB goes out. KJ making sure 100% he will get out because they've got Megas. All they have to do is make sure they don't bleed out any heroes here and force playtime into this awkward position where they have to go and push through Megas, through tier 2, just to try and get a buyback out of a hero.
Triple core buy, and you got Megas, so it's worth it. The only thing you're potentially losing is Roche, but it was a late spawn, so they're not even going to lose Roshan here. Pretty unfortunate for playtime. They did get some level 25s. They got 25 on the Largo, which is a pretty nice one. He does have Bobble. Maybe you can do a little Bobble in here. Try and scale into the ultra late or something, you know, make this game real weird. Megas is going to be tough, though. I guess you have Kunkka. Kunkka's pretty good, clearing it out.
I said we can't Roche. It didn't spawn, so maybe... I thought for a second they were going to Tormentor with the shield room.
Do you need Divine on this Kunkka, man? It kind of feels like it.
Yeah.
He keeps just trying to tank up, which... He's going AC now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he should just go Divine and hope for the big crits.
Yeah, especially with this, how new is this talent? This Tidebringer ignores 25% armor. That's got to be a relatively new one.
It is.
Wonder if that's better than the old one was one of those Tidebringer cooldown ones, right? Went down by 2 seconds or something.
Yeah, I did have that at some point. They got rid of it.
I wonder if the bigger hit is stronger. Like, ignoring armor is a very unique and effective tool.
It is. The other one was better though. It was it reduced its cooldown for every hero it hit. You could just like chain Tidebringer if you were in the middle of a team fight. And that was really strong. So this one's definitely weaker, but it is a damage upgrade. I mean, he's hitting hard. We saw what he can do. The issue is you're just playing into so many ults. I don't know if you're going to get a chance to hit people. It's going to be tough.
Wits is they're letting him get all the creeps right now because he needs Satanic. Bought it out.
Going
Again,
to Roche.
situation with these Satanics, though. Are you going to get a chance to use them? Schofield, they are on high alert. LGD, high alert. We're doing Roshan. It's Schofield time. Everybody spread out and search for this guy. He's going to come back in with a jetpack.
Might have an angle.
Jumps. Oh, what a timing! Dear God, man. How does he keep doing this? He gets the cheese. He gets the banner. Instantly eats the cheese. He stole away some of the critical items. Not the
Does
big
it
one,
again.
though. The Aegis went to Yuma.
He does it again. I don't understand. LGD zoned him, and then as Roche was dying, they just all backed. They're like, okay, you can have a hook shot. That was definitely a little weird.
Ah, they just black hole him. Glimmer Cape couldn't hit the Malefice. That's fine. Just black hole to stop him.
Dodge the nullifier. Wait a little more time. So that's one black hole down, but they know the clock does not have buyback here. Actually, he has it in 10 seconds. Okay, so he will have it coming back up. Wait, it was that short? I felt like he used that buyback in like the last fight. That was like 3 minutes ago. Surprised it's back up.
Only one tier 4 remaining between LGD and that Ancient. Wits immediately gets avalanches. He tries to approach the Tiny. They go for the buyback. Immediately Supernova's going to be used, trying to keep these heroes at bay, protecting Yuma. BKB activates. Yuma is trying to go through all of this that is thrown out from Wits, but he finally does fall. That's only going to be the first life, though. Can Wits, still with the focus fire, get him a second time? Shackle shot goes out. It didn't actually latch to anything there. Black hole gets the grab. Hook shot tried to intercept it, but Tylon was in front of it, and the black hole goes through the entire dump. Somehow Dark Mago is still alive. Once again, it's that pendulum, man. The pendulum allowed him to live for a while, but unfortunately, time is up for playtime in this one. We are going to a game 3.
Well, that's pretty hype. This game 3 is going to be a barn burner. 2 pretty convincing games. Now win, then you have to do something about it. If you feel like the Necro's not going to be a big issue down the stretch, you're going to be able to get Nullifiers or Wind Wakers or Lincoln Spheres or whatever and help your cores out. Then I think you just play for Yuma's farm and you chill.
All right. Well, let's get into game 3. Playtime versus LGD. Winner of this will be the first team into the grand finals. The other will have to drop down and play another match tomorrow. Lower bracket finals, if they hope to get that entrance to the grand finals and chance to go to the international to represent South America.
Hell yeah. Someone's going to have to take some long-ass flights to Shanghai, but that's the life you deal with from playing in South America.
Late smokes on both sides. Both placed a mid-ward that did not get spotted because of the smokes. Wits is going to break his smoke and retreat from this bounty room. We'll just have a 2-2 split.
The boar survives. No boar for you.
Dio might actually be dead here. He's gonna bushwhack. He's gonna teleport away alongside the torrent. They get so much damage done.
Okay.
That wasn't terrible. It's an early TP use, and Theo's not gonna have too many resources right now.
Double Death Pulse used before lane, though. That kind of sucks for Wits. Large investment. Misho is dead here.
Yeah, Misho is Wrong position. Did he think that Theo TP'd all the way back to base?
Maybe.
Has been killed.
He might have.
Yeah,
He's
the
looking to
thought-
get really aggressive.
Yeah. Very awkward. That's going to be
Outplay.
first blood for Whisper.
A nice little pickup for the Admiral here. Boasting one of the old school cosmetics. Seen this one in a long time. Still going to be an impossible lane for him over the long run, so not the worst first blood to give up in that sense. At least Whisper can maybe get some extra regen or fast boots or something.
Yuma's in some trouble. KJ trying to protect his carry with the cogs. Doing a good job with it. Does manage to get 2 different cog burns, but it looks like Yuma's just going to get chased down. Maybe they can get Schofield in return. Fairy Fire's getting popped on both sides, but Schofield survives. And now Frank is going to run down KJ with the boar on the other side of the map. El Micho gets his revenge against Theo, but Theo strikes first, getting the kill on Wits. This is not what is supposed to happen in this lane for playtime.
He took 300 damage from the lane creeps. Just out of position. Got bamboozled on that level 1. Necro is always susceptible to level 1. You can all in this hero. That's kind of your little timing to do something. So these are big wins for LGD now. They got that first blood and they got an early Necrophos kill. Which is huge for Whisper. He has double bracer now. He's going to be able to exist on this lane for a lot longer.
And it's closed the gap there. It's the first round of Rocket Barrage on Schofield. Will not be able to get a second.
Boars are too annoying.
Yeah,
Just
Yuma.
slowing everything down.
Yuma has managed to kill at least 1 or 2 boars with his flat cannon. It's a very weird lane because like Snapfire has the answers kind of to Clockwork. Gyrocopter has the answers to Beastmaster.
Very favorable safe lanes for both teams, I would say. It might come down to which of these mids can impact the game faster, which they're also very even. And Dark Mago on, again, one of his signature, level 30 timing. This guy never is uncomfortable. Perhaps the most comfortable player of all time.
This is I believe this is both the signature heroes for the mid lane. Tai Lung, I think, is the most played hero, is Pango, and Dark Mago's his Titan. Running him down. Another kill. El Micho and Theolacor. Meanwhile, Yuma tries to pick up the Beastmaster. Unable to do so. KJ battling it out with Schofield for the Lotus. He was losing that fight. Yuma comes back in. Oh, KJ almost getting bursted down. Schofield, though, he gets the final hit. Gets the kill before he dies. Another situation where they are winning this lane more than the Necrophos lane, but I would kind of say that Schofield is getting away with more than he should, you know?
Making something happen out of nothing, that's for sure, as he always does. Frank is suffering, though. He is trying to get this Helm of Iron oil. He might get it off this wave, but he might have to go heal. Pick it up.
Oh, the healing salve gets canceled by KJ.
Oof. Definitely got to go to base now.
Meanwhile, El Micho gets off the Fire Spirits, dives away. Almost goes down. Still has 2 Fairy Fires to work with. Theo does try and dive a bit. But
Certainly
this
kills
Necrophos
really
is not
skewed.
getting the best CS.
No.
Radiant's
The
turret
early
has been
bracers for
killed.
Whisper made a huge difference down here. He's able to continually punish Witz's health so he can't play aggressive. Might even die here.
Yeah, keeping him out of CS,
Close.
keeping him out of regen, and keeping him
Damn.
low enough to go for the kill.
Winning a Kunkka versus Necro lane. Insane outplay here by LGD. This is going to change this game a whole lot, regardless of what else happens.
And the fights just continue. Yuma kills Schofield. Frank gets the pickup on KJ in return, but Frank's going to take so much damage. El Micho runs down Theolacor in the bottom lane. And also the mid lane matchup, we haven't had a kill yet, but Tai Lung has been getting low multiple times against Dark Mago. So it should all 3 lanes are threatening kills at all times.
SA Dota, baby. Let the brawl
Yuma is
commence.
too far forward and is met by 2 heroes. If they had a cookie, they could have gotten that kill, but Schofield opted for the 2nd level of Scatter Blast. Almost catches Yuma on the healing salve there.
Still, it's LG coming out on top. Winning 3 lanes here, effectively, by some small margins. They got to be happy about that. I think you would expect PlayTime to be the more aggressive laning team in the series. So anytime you can come out ahead in this first 10 minutes as LGD, you're probably pretty confident, pretty comfortable. Especially beating this Necro lane. That's insane what they did down here.
El Misho loses his boots and a blood grenade. Rolling Thunder going to be put to use to try and get the Arcane Rune while Frank is being gone on by Yuma, fighting for the Lotus. Battles on all sides. Yuma can't win that one, not against the third hero in El Misho, who lost his courier but shows up to get the kill, while the roll in the bottom, or in the mid lane, ultimately resulted in the kill on Dark Mago. Couldn't stop him from getting the Arcane Rune, but does manage to punish him. Schofield comes through the gate and gets the KJ kill.
5 Rolling Thunder connections.
Yeah. Very
Very balanced, very real hero. He did get the Arcane Rune for his death. So I guess Dark Mago got what he came for. But next time, pick a real hero, dude. Come on.
Just getting chain stunned to death is no fun.
Wisdom Shrine spawning, probably just get split here. They are looking for something aggressive bottom.
They got both. They got
Boat
early
is
level
available.
6 on Whisper. He is
Hell
such
yeah,
a
he's
high
hunting.
level. They got Wits in the X. Here comes the combo. Where is KJ going? He's going back for the Wisdom Shrine. He didn't join them for
great
this
cookie.
attempt and missed out because of the cookie. So Wits, he is a bit low, but should still be able to show up to get some of this CS and start killing.
His middle tower is under attack.
Still struggling down here. Like, he's not punishing this Kunkka. That is all LGD want to see. Anything else they get is the cherry on top. Still
KJ comes
hunting.
back after taking the Wisdom Shrine to rejoin them on this pressure on the Necrophos. And here comes that Gyrocopter. 3 levels of Rocket Barrage. They managed to get the Bushwhack on Schofield. And with the Black-handed shots, they will find that. It is funneled to Yuma, too. So if he gets that kill and the tower, that'll be a big boost in net worth for him. Tai Lung chasing Dark Mago out of the mid lane. It does leave Frank alone at top to pressure the safe lane tower.
PlayTime kind of unsure where they want to go right now. Scrambling to react to this pressure on the Necrophos. The Tiny walks over, doesn't do anything. Now he loses that power rune. Just awkward positioning for them. They do have Reaper available. They have Supernova available. Strong spells down here.
Radiant's bottom tower
Need
is
some
under
stuns to line them up though.
Man, Wits needs some help. He is, like, constantly, he's not able to get any CS with just a combo putting him low. They go Reaper Scythe the Squirrel. And while the boat comes in, it'll do some damage between the raindrop and the heal that came out from a successful Reaper Scythe. The support's just getting too full of themselves, it seems. And he even has
Too much
a stack
confidence.
in his farm.
Gotta be aware of the Reapers in this game. Very strong spell here against no save, no real innate magic resist. Dark Mago getting messed up here. This is the second time he's come bottom and just did
Radiant's
nothing
middle
with it.
tower is under
His
attack.
game has really slowed down. Whereas Tai Lung progressing towards a pretty nice diffusive timing, has a haste rune in the bottle. Tango's ready to brawl.
Got the Bushwhack that'll set up the Rolling Thunder. Quick cookie to get him out of the Bushwhack. You need Whisper to find him on the X. They got him now. Look at this rotation. The Gyrocopter too. 5 heroes into that mid lane to make sure they kill this Tiny and keep Tai Lung's advantage.
Nice connection there. This is what Gyro can do in this game. You can bring numbers to the fights before Necro's ready to make his impact felt and just run these early skirmishes over. That's the strength of the pick. Speed, agility.
Oh, Schofield! That was so badass. He scatterblast Tai Lung, who was trying to get the last hit on the tower, and the attack speed slow made it that Schofield was able to slip in a hit and deny the mid tower away.
Caught you sleeping. You can't be taking a nap against this guy, man.
Frank got the top tower, but now he has to roar. Goes for the kill on KJ. He can't really stick around for long, though. Otherwise, Yuma will kill him, and he doesn't note it. But he
He's
is
just
being
salving,
routed
running
by
at him.
Tai Lung.
Dire are scanning.
He doesn't have Rolling Thunder. But can't slow him down with a shield crash. Hit by the cogs, and if Tai Lung stays in front of him for the bridge play, Frank is going to get run down by the Gyrocopter. Dark Mago getting hit with the two-man avalanche, though.
Big combo.
Over the air, bringing Yuma a little bit low. They got the kill still on the Beastmaster and the Dark Mago. He's now out of spells to threaten any of these heroes. They're just going to keep throwing these low cooldown spells at him from behind. Schofield with the kisses. Can he land it against Yuma? Back at the fire. The last one lands. Schofield gets the kill on Yuma. A massive pickup, a teleport away from Tai Lung underneath the supernova that gets used. Meanwhile, Wits gets the life of KJ with yet another successful Reaper Scythe. Or sorry, not successful. Got the kill, but didn't get the Reaper Scythe buff.
Schofield salvaging this early. I think this early game would be a disaster for playtime without these openings Schofield has found. The deny mid, this extra kill top, the early skirmishing, the cookie save bottom, the bow combo. So many little things he has done to hold this early game together. His Tiny has nothing. His Beast has an okay game, and now the Necro's kind of back. Got a lot out of that little sequence there. But he should be even more fat, to be honest. So LGD hanging on to their lead. You're going to have to continue to play well to hold it here.
El Micho is trying to keep this safe lane tower alive. It's eventually going to go down. Question is he going to die with it? And he is getting some space. Didn't get hit by the Hoodwink. Ultimate earlier. Sharpshooter doesn't land. X-Torrent into the Bushwhack. Another round of Fire Spirit, slowing him down even more. In fact,
he's going for the
might
kill.
just be able to get the kill on Theo if he could close the distance and get another hit or two. Goes back for a Lotus, not going to get it. And finally, the Tidebringer is the death of him. They finally rooted out this Phoenix, and they can go for the safe lane tower. Meanwhile, Rolling Thunder in the mid lane. Dark Mago's tragedy continues as he tumbles farther and farther down the net worth chart. Soon he is going to join Schofield in Schofield land.
He is rolling into the dumpster with this boulder, man. He has nothing on this Tiny. And there's the diffusal for Tai Lung. Died on the courier. He would have had it a lot faster. I'm very concerned for this Dark Mago Tiny right now. What is he supposed to do in this game to recover? And they needed... The irony is, I think he, in some ways, needs the least. Like, all he needs is Blink, and then he can just go in, and he has a lot of damage from supports. He can do a lot with just Blink in this game. But that single item Blink is the most delayed of everything here. Poor Des, man. Dark Mago and some dark times.
KJ needs a hook shot. He gets one.
Well, let's see how much this old man Necrophos can carry, because he's got a carry job ahead of him.
He does.
He's got the beard to do it, though. Look at that thing. Glorious
quite ornate.
Yes. You can always take the measure of a man by the measure of his beard. This is why you have no measure, Austin.
What? We have the same beard. I was literally thinking to myself, we have the same length beard. You can't say that.
That's not true. There's no way that's true.
Also, in the case of a beard tie, the winner goes to whoever has the most head hair.
Who made that rule? That's a bullshit rule, you know it.
Too bad.
I've never heard that rule.
Rolling Thunder getting
Dark Mago's dead again?
Power rune, toss back into the roar, but the Rolling Thunder is too strong for them to fight into. Dark Mago's in a bad spot. Whisper is trying to catch something. They do have the missile that's going to hit Dark Mago, but he comes back in with its invisor. Now the Supernova's going to be used with the Kiss alongside. There's a lot of team fight being put out. They kill the Supernova, but they need to make a run for it. And with the toss in from Dark Mago on the Necrophos, Yuma's life was in danger. Fortunately, a Bushwhack intercepts and allows them to disengage from what was a nasty fight. KJ dies at the end of it. A 2-for-1 to the favor of playtime.
Great Reaper on a great target here, taking down the Pangolier. Almost get that gyro at the end. That would have been the cherry on top. Pretty nice fight for playtime. Really nice damage coming out from this support duo. Phoenix Snap once again carrying the heavy load here. Some gold for Dark Mago on his road to recovery as they try and stabilize this game.
Tai Lung hitting his first death in the game. He was sitting around that top net worth constantly, but now it is a race between Whisper and Wits' Necrophos. It's funny how often Whisper on these various lineups ends up being top net worth as an off lane.
Boy's a beast. They own that bottom lane. He's really overperformed this game for the position he was put in. Has a very early pipe. Just going to build utility on this Kunkka, try and save his other 2 cores. Great pipe game. Pretty good Lotus Orb game. So he's going to be able to offer some nice gold-based utility here on top of the spell-based utility. A true team player. As you can tell by the measure of his beard, which is quite formidable.
Why don't you grow out your beard more if you like big beards so much?
Because it's a lot of maintenance and work, man. I don't care.
Okay, so you can tell a measure of a man by his beard, and you are
Yeah.
actively admitting to a character flaw that you are not willing to make a big beard because it's too much.
Hey, I never
work
said I'm
for you.
perfect, man. At least I'm willing to admit flaws. You've got some egoisto attitude. Like, you ain't got nothing wrong with you. Come on, man.
I just don't think I look good.
Not a lot of people do. It's tough to pull out. Usually you got to be ripped as hell. Otherwise, you just kind of look like one of those, like, fat biker dudes. And we all know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Yeah.
It is an aesthetic. I'm not saying I'm not
I think
flaming
the
it.
Americans know what you're talking about. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not flaming it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, that's how you're going to end up looking like.
Yeah, the Harley dad.
Yeah. You don't necessarily want to do that. That's not what you're going for. If you're going for it, power to you. All right, Blink done for Dark Mago. So maybe his life gets a little easier now. He can do what he's supposed to do in this game, which is set some team fights up, throw some heroes in, collapse the fight around the Necrophos and his damage. That is the ideal.
Yeah,
Pick
being
up
able
the
to pull
pace.
one of these heroes out of position and get a Reaper Scythe to start off the fight. Like, it's a 5 versus
juicy.
4, and the Necrophos is juiced up with all the regen that he gets. It's so hard to take that team fight.
It does seem like a very straightforward way to play this game. Especially you're pulling the heroes out of the Kunkka's arms. He can't give you that sweet embrace with the pipe and the ship. You're just getting tossed into Reaper before any of that can come online. Sounds
The arms
quite
of an
nice.
angel.
Radiant are scanning.
Well, Angel of Death, maybe. It's not a good angel. I don't think Necrophos is that much of an angel. Certainly doesn't have the face
No,
of an
you
angel,
said
that's
the
for
arms
sure.
of Kunkka. It made me think arms of an angel because
Oh.
you're talking about how he saves you.
Oh, sure. He's like a medic, you know.
Yeah. He's trying to get a Lotus Orb right now. Once again, somewhere in this 15-minute period, both teams are.
Dire's bottom
We have so much action, 26 kills in 18 minutes, but then we get this lull. Dark Mago finally breaks it. Blink down. Oh! Whisper, KJ, synergy not on point, missed the hook shot.
Maybe he purposely dodged it.
Whisper's too good for his own good. He just automatically
His
dodges
instincts
a hook
kicked in.
shot.
Yeah. So I'm being hook shot. Shit, I got to dodge that shit.
Dark
got a
Mago's
lot
gonna
of-
find another support. This is beginning to turn real bad. You can't afford
Yeah,
to
this
let
is-
this mid-tiny snowball off of kills like this.
This is why I said I think all he needs in this game is Blink, and he can do his job. The fact that got delayed so much in this game is a huge blessing for LGD, but now they're feeling the pain of not really having good answers against this tiny running around the map and tossing people into just overwhelming damage.
All right, LGD's ready to fight, though. They've got Ags on Tylon. It got delayed a bit from his one death, but it's here now.
They're bringing the gyro mid.
Yeah, with the Ags Crystallis Gyrocopter, he's very strong as well. They got the X on Schofield. Cookie away, still hit by the boat. And inside this river area, it's not a good area to fight into a Pango, so you probably should give this up. And Dark Mago's still trying to save him, and he's going to be pushed down into the river.
Damn. What was he even trying to do there?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just that just seems like okay, give the support, you push in the side lanes, whatever. You don't have Reaper. It's not like Wits is going to join that fight. Very questionable decision. And LGD happy to collect, even get a haste rune for the Pangolier. And move their way bottom towards this Tormentor. Maybe going to try and do it before PlayTime can group up, take this objective for themselves. There's a
Playtime's
Reaper
already
coming up
playing
in
for
20.
it, though. An early smoke, El Micho, Wits. They're going to be joined by Schofield Snapfire, who is the biggest for all this. kisses on a Tormentor attempt could be nasty. They are sitting under a ward, which could give a false sense of security for LGD to go for the Tormentor. But if they play it slow, the smoke will wear itself thin. And LGD is just going to play for the fight in general. The smoke breaks into each other. Yuma with the Lotus Orb is charging up to the high ground. Phoenix is already dead. Tylong's stuck a little bit here. And the Reaper's Sight put onto Yuma. Not quite enough for the kill. And Yuma throws a few bits of damage back into Wits before he eventually falls. Bolt comes through. Here comes the Tiny. Roar goes out onto the Kunkka. Toss him.
Oh, nice toss.
Beautiful play from Dark Mago. Putting them together like that for Wits to just collect on kill after kill.
Let's get the Pango, but that's going to be a little too far as the Necrophos does its job, gets the connection on the gyro. This is exactly the connection you want every time in this game. Frank had to go through the gate, so he's late to this fight, but you have sustain. You're able to survive. And this is all with Phoenix diving into Rolling Thunder and getting nothing off.
What happened to
If you're LGD, he got stuck between
the cliff.
Yeah, but then he got stuck with the cogs, and then the cogs shot him back into that spot.
Yeah,
he just couldn't get up the hill.
I mean, he gets stuck of his own accord in the first place. You know?
I agree. If he had gone up the ramp, this fight might look very different.
It's completely
he did
different.
Not go
Necrophos gets chains done instead.
Yeah. What can you do? The Pango giveth, the Pango taketh.
Live by the ball, die by the ball.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Pango has a beard too, but his beard's kind of weak. Well, maybe that's what we saw in that fight. The measure of his beard was on full display. There's a lot of bearded
Now, here's a question for you.
A lot of bearded heroes in this game.
Time to find out what truly is the rank here. What about Gyrocopter? He doesn't have
this is
a
what I'm
beard.
gonna say.
He has a mustache.
No. He has mustache and sideburns, which is a classification of facial hair. It's acceptable. It does look pretty good on him.
It does.
But now that I'm looking at PlayTime, they have triple bearded cores. And they got some good ones, dude. This Tiny's got like a 3-foot-long stone beard. I mean, that's got to count double.
Well, the Phoenix doesn't have a beard, nor a life, as Theo the Core takes that kill.
Oh, Beard Strat coming out in Game 3. That's pretty spicy.
Also, we don't know if Clockwork has a beard or not underneath the mask.
He does not. He does not.
Yeah, you've seen that? You've seen the man behind the mask?
Yes, he does not.
Okay. Didn't know,
He would get caught in
you and
his
Clockwork were
armor.
tight like that.
I know a bearded man when I see one, Austin. Okay, don't question my authority on this topic.
I've learned more today about your type of man than I ever thought I was going to.
Good. Store that knowledge. You need to learn something, boy. Learn what a real fan looks like.
Done for the Tiny. Yuma is still trying to work on his BKB. They get a BKB Gyrocopter. I think LGD's team fight becomes superior again. But right now,
This Necro's far ahead, though. Look at the gap. He almost has a heart done. Trying to finish it up right now, and then bots into the smoke play.
yeah, if he could
He's
just
gonna be a
live
monster.
through the 9-second BKB with that heart.
I mean, what's really killing him in heart? With Sunray behind, I don't see it.
No, I
Not
think
this early.
LGD reasonably, they win the fight with BKB, Flat Cannon, kill Egg, and kill the other heroes. And Necrophos is left on an island where they haven't done enough damage for him to Reaper Scythe anything. And then he just kind of gets kind of grounded killed.
I will also say this hero has to be one of the best consecrated Raps heroes.
No, yeah,
So good on it. With how survivable he is, and also the move speed. I feel like the move speed, people forget about it, but it's a big deal on this item. It's really big for a hero like Necro, who just needs to be able to walk in the fight and get where he needs to go.
No, it's why
Now
his
he's
shard
too
is
light.
like core on him. You have to buy
Yes,
shard on
yes.
this hero because his mobility is so bad and it's so important.
Yep.
Tai Lung is going to get hit by an avalanche. Can they get the toss back? Roll up. Swashbuckles does not Rolling Thunder. That was a bold move. And he needs to blink away before the Sun Ray could get a tick of damage on him. Close
Risky.
call. BKB
Oh,
is
it's
done.
gonna go anyway.
They got the pick off. but that's going to be a Reaper sight that doesn't actually get killed. It was on a support. The Necrophone's going to be surrounded here. Both use half HP. He gets off one of the Ghost Shrouds here, and he still has Aegis to work with. Meanwhile, Tai Lung has done some serious damage with that Rolling Thunder. A bolt that lands, a flat cannon shots that are coming in. BKB gets activated. Nice toss back. Tai Lung hits the shield crash with the shield, trying to stay alive, and he gets the blink away before Witz can finish him off, and Witz is almost out of mana. Dark Mongo's dead, as is Frank. Witz is left for last, and he doesn't have a Reaper sight to play with. They killed everybody else, left the Necro for last, and now they're going to kite him around with X.
Unbelievable team fight for Tai Lung. He did so much work here.
Yeah, those damage numbers have to be crazy. Witz, that was a cool attempt. He tried to jump onto KJ and to TP out if he was inside of the cogs. Doesn't work.
I just don't know if you're supposed to Reaper the squirrel there either like that.
Yeah,
I think you have to save it for a big target and threaten these cores. We see the damage numbers from this Gyro Pango out of control. Utility from the Kunkka came in clutch. That's why this Hoodwink doesn't die. He gets piped right at the end here with a little heal up. That's enough to tank that Reaper. And now you're in big trouble because Yuma has a free fight. He just gets to sit here and a huge ult going through all of them with the missile call down, and then he's flacking off the Gyro on the hill.
Yep.
Just crazy good positioning for him. But Tai Lung, man, this kid just rolled him in that fight.
7 shield crashes, 5 swashbuckles. He wasn't the damage leader, but considering what his hero is, I think it was the most impactful for sure.
100%. And that was supposed to be Playtime's fight. That was the Heart Necro with the Aegis. Unkillable. He was unkillable, but out of his entire team is dead. A very rough fight to lose. Now you're a bit concerned about getting outscaled in this game.
I wonder how different that fight is if they get the Reaper Scythe kill on Hoodwink, because the Necrophos needed the mana so badly. Like, his first life, he was out of mana, and I bet that he was not able to do a large chunk of damage simply because of that fight.
Definitely changes it a lot. I still think it just seems like a rough
apparently,
fight.
are you supposed to do that? Yeah, for sure.
Like, I think the Reaper is too important in this game against the Gyro as a threat.
Sure.
The Pango too. I don't think you can really afford to kill a support with it and then just be like, all right, we're going to win the fight now.
Yeah, the way you play a team fight changes a lot if you have one of those big threats as Pango, right? Like, he has to roll out in the last 2 or 3 seconds if he's
for sure
close to half HP, because, you know, he's like, okay, I might just get Reaper Scythe as the little Another Reaper Scythe. This one will land successfully on the Squirrel. Witz saying this is still the way to play it, which is pick off no matter what. Whatever hero they can get the toss back on, he will use the Reaper Scythe.
If you're going to use it for pickoffs, that's fine. It's not the longest cooldown anymore. I'm just concerned in the team fights. I think you got to up the priority. And no Roche to get or anything here because you used that Aegis, so you just got to farm the map. Necro's still pretty fat. If you can get an Ag's BKB up, he is going to be a beast. But sometimes you get stuck in this valley on this hero. It's hard to get to that true 5-6 slots. You have some back-to-back deaths.
Yeah, you get those items combined with your level 25. You're spamming out death pulses nonstop. Then you've got both the team fight damage as well as the single target focus down of the Reaper Scythe.
Getting a close game 3 though. Less than 2k difference, 2 kill difference.
Who do you think's favorite?
I might favor LGD slightly at this point. I think the Gyro's scaling is a little stronger than the Necrophos' scaling in a vacuum. However, this Snapfire is pretty fat, and this is a very good Supernova game if Gyro gets controlled, which he should, because you have Roar, you have Reaper, you have some Tiny going in.
Sure. Even if he's Lotus Orb,
I like the Phoenix.
It's worth it to protect the egg to just roar yourself and the Gyrocopter.
For sure.
Got the X on Amisho before he can get the dive away.
Damn.
Quick pick for LGD.
Shot down in his prime. Should have had a beard. Made it survive.
That is BKB done for the Necrophos. So the Phoenix is back up, but if they keep getting picked like this, KJ finds Schofield. Schofield gonna shoot his way out of the cogs where he can. He's still caught in the X. So no way out. And this is gonna start snowballing some objectives. Yuma's gonna take that tier 1 tower, probably push into the tier 2 as well. You can see Whisper, an entirely different kind of Kunkka from Dark Mago's Beast in Game 2. Octarine and took the Torrent cooldown at level 20. So he is just looking to be as disruptive as possible.
Create his own Torrent Storm the hard way.
Yeah.
4.5 second Torrent. Pretty cool. If LGD ever get an Aegis onto Yuma, they're going to be in the driver's seat. That is worst case scenario for playtime here. So they need to avoid that situation at all costs.
That's why they're dodging fights and just playing for their item timings. Try and finish up. They got the BKB. Now they need to get the AC on the Beastmaster. These are big, big team fight items.
It's also Ag's Necro might be the biggest one in this game. You need this whole build to come together. So you're a real damage threat. This Necro is not doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, but
you can absorb some damage,
that
but
before it's time for Roche.
It'd be huge, yeah. I don't know if he has the time.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's a long way away.
Smoke play. Necrophos gonna be spotted here, and Witz immediately jumps in on them. Cog separates them a bit, though. This is a bit awkward. Witz has to use an early BKB and hookshot away, and LGD full retreat. This is beautiful for them. If they can get out successfully here, a BKB, Supernova, and Kisses all being kited. As long as Thailand doesn't get caught here, Bushwhack back onto Witz, and they just keep on backing away. Dark Mago actually went up to that high ground, but this is the point where LGD are willing to turn with BKBs. Some of them on cooldown. They still have one on Yuma, but it gets roared up. They're going to focus him down. Lotus Orb caught, push away on Witz, but they get the kill anyway. And try as they might from KJ to bail out the gyrocopter, it seems like playtime, relentless aggression pays off here. Even though they wasted so many abilities here, they just kept LGD on the back foot and will run down 3 different heroes.
Two big things happened in that. One, you did kite a lot of these ults, but you used your Rolling Thunder. And I feel like you have to commit to the fight with the Rolling Thunder. I think it's too important to your lineup because the Kunkka does no damage. So if you use Rolling Thunder and then you try and take the fight, who's actually killing anybody? It's all Gyro. And the Gyro, Frank Blink tried to roar him or faked it, and the Gyro BKB as a response did not have it for the second half of that fight. So then when he went in later and roared him, there's no BKB to save him or bail him out. He's dead there 100%. Either the Reaper or, like we saw, just the overwhelming damage. So that's extremely concerning for LGD is they were unwilling to commit into the big ults with the Rolling Thunder.
KJ trying to find a hiding hole to TP out of. Dark Mago accidentally stumbles into him. They know some heroes are alone top, though, with so many showing. Can they catch Witz here? Witz has his BKB back up, so they definitely cannot kill him. And they can't even get him to use his BKB.
It was an important fight for him to win, too, because now he's going to have the Ags, whereas Yuma, he was trying to finish Satanic. That's going to get delayed even more. Should have an Ags on Necro without Satanic on Gyro for this Roche fight. Massive deal in this game in terms of those timings. It's playtime favored all the way right now. You had a window to hit this Gyro timing. I think he was really strong, but you just didn't get that fight. And now this is so much different than last game where you had Whisper on a hard scaling team fighter that was just getting stronger and stronger. He's on a utility Kunkka. I mean, what is his impact really going to be? What big play is Whisper going to make down the stretch here on, pipe Lotus? There's only so many things you could do.
He's trying to get a Wind Waker, which would be a big pickup against Reaper's side.
Sure, it's just more medevac utility, though. At some point, you have to kill somebody in this game. This might go Divine Rapier territory for Yuma, where you just have to YOLO in Divine, try and get an Aegis, because you're going to need the damage.
Similarly, you have Tai Lung didn't go for like a basher. Instead, he went for this disperser build, which I think is less damage than basher.
Is that true? Is it less damage? I think it's slightly.
Be, right? It's the same amount of mana.
I guess, yeah. I guess it's less
literally
damage.
just something, an item that doesn't proc for you.
They do hit their timing. Satanic Gyro. They didn't get there in time to contest this Roche.
Got the Roche on roar, baiting out the power rune. Nothing spawns. It goes top. Oh, shield rune. Tiny. No, KJ's gonna make sure he doesn't get that. Can he get out? Unlikely. His Glimmer Cape wearing thin, using the cogs as best he can, but he's gonna be hunted down by multiple heroes here. Still though, the team is gonna take this fight. They caught Schofield from behind with a Rolling Thunder. Lands onto Schofield. Breaks through, hits Frank as well. If they can kill both of these heroes, it's massive. Chain stun up. He can't seem to get off the BKB. Gets it off now. Throws out the roar, but he's dead. And Yuma has not taken enough damage for Wits to do anything about this. KJ, this time he put on his Schofield shoes, was the distraction for LGD to win the fight and did the X. It does not last. Oh, that BKB barely lasted long enough.
Great distraction. And an important rune to steal, too. That's an insanely strong rune on this Tiny. Instead, they just chase this Clockwork so long, they expose their flank. You're able to get some really nice connections with this Rolling Thunder, and the Gyro gets to commit to the fight. Not worried about getting turned on, because Tiny is messing around with the Clockwork.
Yeah, and there goes your Aghanim Scepter versus Satanic timing. That was the big advantage for PlayTime.
Oh, yeah.
Now out the window, and Yuma could be looking at a Divine Rapier. Could also be looking at a Nullifier. But
no, I think you go Divine with this Aegis for sure now. And you're going to hit a really strong power point. Might just be able to end this game. You have a banner too. You got to seize these moments.
I think he has an idea. He didn't commit. He's threatening the Rolling Thunder. Thought maybe he had an idea from the Rocket Slayer that there was a payoff to be had.
When someone gives you openings like this in these high-pressure games, you have to take it and you have to jam it as hard as you can. Now, you don't let them off the ropes. Can't be afraid.
So you would hate to see dispersion then?
Personally, yes.
I got bad news for you.
We'll see what he ends up going. We'll see. The one issue is it's kind of hard to go high ground even with Aegis because there's a freaking Tiny in this game. This hero's just the stupidest high ground defender of all time. You do have X though. You can kind of counterplay it a little bit.
Rolling Thunder, this deep ward has been getting so much information. They played to it and should get a pick off here. Nope, got off the egg, and that means a Reaper side put onto the Kunkka. He lives. Back up to half HP. Yuma is getting 3 times the added damn damage from going into this. It was bottled up. This is trouble for PlayTime. They got to deal with this Gyrocopter somehow. Otherwise, these flat cannons aren't going to demolish them. Nice hook shot. Catches 2 inside of it. Another round of flat cannon coming in 8 seconds. But Dark Mago managed to assassinate the squirrel there. Yuma's running a bit low. Maybe he can't push through this. Maybe he can't do anything at all. Maybe LGD have just run into PlayTime and fed.
Oh my god. They're actually going to win this fight.
It's absolutely insane. They had an amp damage Gyrocopter. They had the initiation. They almost got a free kill on Phoenix. And instead, they lost 4 heroes. And PlayTime lost nothing.
Necrophos Dota, just walk around in a circle and jam your spells off cooldown, and it's the ultimate damage test. They passed. They were spamming vessels on him, as that's their only heal. But not enough to burst him down. No big crits coming out from the Gyro. See, that's one of those things, like, if you just farm by Divine there and take that fight, you win it. You might just win this game.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you just have to send it.
9,000 damage, and I don't think there was any hero on PlayTime besides the Phoenix that got below half.
No. This Crimson Solar Glimmer on Schofield, he's negating a lot of damage coming out. This Gyrocopter
Classic.
doing a lot of work.
Him and KJ are playing a little mini game of their own over here.
Are under attack.
While the mid
Yeah, I
lane
don't know why
of
he's
Barracks
fighting
falls.
for a Lotus, but sure. You fight for that Lotus. Delaying racks. Big momentum swing in this game. And we have a refresher for the Phoenix now too, so if Elmisho can get off eggs in these fights, it looks really difficult to win.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So we took the Reaper Sight damage per missing health, so it is now at 1.2. What does that mean with the reductions and everything? When is he dropping that Reaper Sight? Can you do it at like 60%?
Honestly, if any of these cores gets to even around half, you're probably just dropping. And you're dropping, not with the assumption that it might kill them, but like that plus the stun time, and when they come out of it, is going to be good enough to kill them. And you don't mess around. You don't need to get Reaper kills. You need to kill enemy heroes. If Reaper lets you do that, that's good enough in this type of game. So I don't want to see him like waiting around, trying to get some perfect HP kill, you know. There's a Lincoln Sphere on the Kunkka now, plus the Lotus, so some spells you have to fight through here. And they did pick up Basher on the Pango. So they're getting to that late game scale. Will it be enough? If you can bring wits down early, the fight does open up a lot. Though this Tiny's starting to scale. He has double toss charge plus a Daedalus Giant's Maul. Dark Mago recovering very nicely here.
Playtime and a very successful run at Dream League. And a number of games were off of the back of this combo right here, the Wits Necrophos duo. They bring it back for the SA qualifiers for perhaps for a chance to get into the grand finals early. Up 17,000 net worth at 42 minutes. The game has gone to a bit of a stalemate. As we may just have to wait for another round of Roshan to give Playtime the confidence they need to win the game.
He's got 6,000 gold, so they need to get this Necro to a point where he can buy the next item as well. That's a nice shard for the Phoenix with double egg available.
Scanning.
If this Necro can eat Ags and get a Wind Waker, he kind of needs a Dispel in this game, then he'll be pretty chilling in the fights for the most part, unless he gets nullified and just obliterated by some Pango chain stun. Is there a nullifier out? There isn't yet. That's also a big deal in this game. You don't have nullifier against
You have two
Necro,
different
kinda
heroes that
sucks.
could have built it too, between Gyrocopter
Yes.
and Pango.
I feel like you wanted one here at least.
Wind Waker for Theo and a Shiva's for Whisper. They need that Wind Waker real bad. The fact that they're leaving it to a support to pick it up, I think, is a little sus. Between no nullifiers and no Wind Wakers, I feel like two very key items to counteract enemy heroes here. Rolling Thunder gets put to use with the Avalanche jump already there from Dark Mago. They're trying to kill Schofield at the same time. He's locked in against his Rolling Thunder, but he's pretty tanky. Thanks to Glimmer Cape, he stays alive for now. The roar goes out. A lot of Core, that's going to be Hoodwinked dead. They are not messing around with this here whatsoever. Oh, got him on the Lotus Sword, Fuel Scepter. Toss him up in the air. Yuma, Reaper Sight, all in on him, and they got him.
It's enough.
No chance to BKB Satanic. No buyback available for the Gyrocopter. This could be the end, as maybe the rest of LGD get back. But 90 seconds, Playtime. They gonna go for the kill here. Looks like it. They're gonna go hit the base and see what happens.
He has no buy, and he didn't get anything off. No BKB, no Satanic. Pendulum is not enough to bail him out of that Reaper kill. The 25 talent, he threw it out early. It's enough. LGD on the ropes.
LGD gonna try and hold or stall 60 seconds. I mean, that might be enough Playtime as long as it takes them to be able to get through this top lane. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. stall things even more. Good hits alongside the Torrent, multiple stuns, chained up. Not that they're going to do any damage here, but again, playing for time as best they can. Now they have to reset. Toss back on Theorecord will ensure one death. Tai Lung makes a run for it with his disperser. 35 seconds now until the gyrocopter's back up with Glyph, delaying things even further. PlayTime may only get the one lane of barracks. In fact, they may even feel like they need to go back. I guess Roshan is only just now potentially spawning, so this lane of barracks and then play for Roche.
So much heal between the Phoenix and the Necro. Yeah, great hits, but everyone's just sitting there getting healed up. You don't have any anti-heal in this lineup, and it's really showing. Generally, Kunkka suffers in these kind of games where he has to play against sustain.
And the one bit of anti-heal they have, they're almost out of. The Hoodwink only has one charge left on the vessel.
And he got it because he just died.
Yeah.
It's not been going too well. I mean, there's going to be a Wind Waker on the Necro now, so he has double Dispel between that and BKB. They're losing ground here. Losing the ability to stand in the fights. There's just so much net worth on these supports. God damn, Scofield El Nisho.
He's out here and he's going for it. Just roars up the clockwork alongside the kisses.
God
BKB
damn.
goes out from Yuma and he TPs away. He realized almost immediately that this was going to be a clash they were not prepared for.
And now he's thinking about Divine Rapier. Is it gonna be enough even if he gets there? Will he get there? I don't know. He's almost the poorest core in this game.
Dire's bottom
Divine Rapier has been stalled out heavily. The Wind Waker seemingly just never coming for LGD. Crucial late game items that are missing, that is allowing the Necrophos to do whatever he wants.
He's 10,000 ahead of this Penguin. What in God's name?
No.
So fat. What does he even buy at this point?
Yeah, you at this point are like Refresher in the backpack for double Reaper Scythe.
Yeah, that's pretty tempting. You replace Wraps with either Refresher, Octarine,
Maybe a Strength Link.
Shivas.
I wouldn't mind like a little bit extra
Okay.
mobility just to make sure you can follow through with whatever Frank does.
Yeah, it'd be okay, yeah. The world's his oyster. Octarine's just so nice when you have Wind Waker too. Like, reducing Wind Waker cooldown on top of, because then you can just like go in the fight, use Shard, use BKB, or Wind Waker, BKB, and then you have another Shard up and then another Wind Waker. It's just like impossible to lock this guy down, especially when you have no nullifier in this game.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, true.
tower is under attack.
I'd be
I
tempted
love-
by Octarine here.
They has a Refresher.
It does. I don't feel like he's been able to do enough though, because there's just so much heal.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he thinks about it as it's like the first Rolling Thunder, they're going to Supernova, and they can't fight into that anymore. So they have to have a second way to fight, but then El Misho's just going to refresh and do the same.
At some point, you just have to man up though. You don't have good enough catch really to disengage and then re-engage them as an entire unit. You just have to send it, which is where I think you just have to get Divine Gyro and just send it in. Hope you get the big crits. Learning of Ages to the tiny.
Siege, Refresher Shard, and Banner. Give the Refresher
Refresher for the
Shard
beast.
over to Rank? No, over to Whip.
Necro. That makes sense. Yeah. Double Reaper, pretty damn good here. Can stack them too.
Yeah, I mean, how tempted are you to replace your Wraps with that at the start of a fight? Like, don't...
Pretty tempted.
Reaper Scythe, Refresh, Reaper Scythe, Gyrocopter. What are they possibly going to do about that without a save?
It's pretty tempting. It's also just kind of badass, so you just go and double Reaper this dude and like, get the hell out of my game.
Yeah.
And then he buys back and you lose the fight, but hey, you looked really badass for like the first 10 seconds here.
If Gyrocopter buys a Divine Rapier, you know he won't have buyback.
True. Oh, 25 Phoenix, huh?
Oh, yeah. They
That's pretty
cannot be
dank.
got.
25 snap too with the Kisses talent. That's super nice. They're all 25 on the side of playtime. It's gonna make a big difference here. This Tiny is jacked all of a sudden. He's got too many items for his own good.
And between the heals and the natural tank of these heroes, even with Divine Rapier, I struggle to see them killing Heist Divine Rapier last second as he's teeping away under smoke. Yuma taking no risk whatsoever that they drop Divine Rapier earlier because this is an all-in move.
He's all in. Doesn't have boots, so he's a little slower, but he does have Disperser. He's gonna have to get in there with the Pango control.
They won't even have everybody here when the Kunkka gets initiated on. Whisper, he gets off his spells, but he is gonna die here, even as the Reaper Sight doesn't claim it. Here comes the Divine Rapier, Flat Cannon hits, but the Wind Waker goes out from Wits. He's kind of okay. Activates its Ghost Shot, he's full health already.
Yuma held his
Buyback on
BKB.
the Kunkka. Wait for another round of Flat Cannon shots. It's back up now. Playtime resetting a little bit, respecting the buyback use. Waiting for a better opportunity. Bushwhack on Frank. Frank still holding on to his BKB. Tai Lung, 15 seconds till his Rolling Thunder is back up. Doesn't want to have to use the refresher just yet.
Held the refresher on the Necro too. And they lost Banner, so they're just gonna reset here. Be tempted to go back in. They will play it patient. They will play it conservative, wait for some cooldowns. Nothing wrong with that when TI's on the line.
He's going to go thinking about Overwhelming Blink as his next item. You also have level 30, which that other 25 talent is very good.
They're smoking out.
They're going to catch
They
him.
want to
Trying
use the
hit him.
cooldowns.
KJ throws it out now, but the Wind Waker has already got him to the other side of the cliff, and they can't pull him back. All they can do is bushwhack him, hold him inside the river. Here comes the help, though. Dark Mago toss him up in the air, but the
Dead
from the Yuma gyrocopter.
Oh my.
Jesus Christ! 3,000 damage from Yuma in an instance as both the side gunner and the regular gyrocopter both crit at the same time. Rolling Thunder in the pit, holding in these heroes, and Yuma, he needs to speed up. Here comes the Disperser, catches Dark Mago again. Do they have the vision?
No detection.
Where's the detection?
The dust.
It spots him, and they get it in the end. The buyback for the Necropost, and this is a commitment that is far too far. Oh, Wind Waker, he's almost dead. He's
dead.
A dieback for nothing.
What was that? He had double Reaper potentially available, took 4,000 damage from Gyro off a hookshot stun and just died.
All these Reapers for what?
For nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nobody is threatening this Gyro. He's just waddling in with Disperser for move speed, and somehow he's just slaying people. Playtime completely caught off guard.
Where was everybody? How was the
I don't know.
Necrophos so far away from the rest of his team that it took him Wind Wakering over the cliff, getting caught for like 5-6 seconds, and only person nearby was the Tiny.
Now Misho gets caught.
Yeah, even more. I mean, at this point, you've got no Tiny and no Necrophos.
Oh boy.
You're just making desperate moves to try and stem the bleeding here, but LGD, they catch you in the act, and they are going to hit that high ground.
You were just sleeping. You just did not expect LGD to make a move at that time. You were farming the map. You were waiting for cooldowns. You got lazy. You got sloppy. You paid a massive price in this game. All of a sudden, this Gyro, he has another 6,000 gold. So he can buy out the Ag Synth plus some boots if he wants the move speed here. And that's a big deal for him. He could also finish the Ag Synth and go Swift Blink. That's kind of his other option, but a lot more expensive. He's going to buy boots to travel. He might go to try and end this right now.
Yeah. And the Phoenix is trying to struggle what to buy. He actually bought the Scythe of Ice recipe and then is thinking maybe they need Nullifier. Either way, it seems likely he's going to have to use buyback and neglect both of those items. 20 seconds until the Necrophos is back up.
Do not let your Gyro get tossed in super deep. That is the one way you're going to lose this fight forward.
Maybe they feel like they can't really push it. With the Necrophos almost up, that toss could come in at any second. They have the Wind Waker now for Theo, which is one way to stop that. But LGD only get one melee barracks out of all this time.
That's fine. You just don't want to throw away your lives right now. You're not mega or anything. The Raxes don't matter too much. The fight is way more important. Continuing to scale up here is way more important. You can always outscale Necro. This hero does suffer in the ultra late when everybody's 6-slotted because the Wind Waker saves the nullifiers. That physical scaling of most heroes outpaces them eventually.
They went from having no Wind Wakers to double Wind Wakers to help save Yuma. Both Theo and Whisper have saves against this Reaper Scythe. You had 2 Reaper Scythe, now you've got 2 saves to match up against, and maybe no Phoenix. Phoenix getting caught. It's the initiation of the hook shot into the
Can he get an egg?
alongside the silence. He's not going to be able to get out the egg. The torrent's onto 2. Here comes the hits as the black cannons are just tearing through.
Just crumbling.
They're going to have to go through buyback. Dark Mago in some trouble, trying to harpoon himself away. A denied at abyssal play from Time Lung. Puts him in his place, trying to torrent. Pull out this with Necrophos where they can. Force him to use the BKB. Hook shot back. Avalanche on
Big
3.
avalanche.
That's a good avalanche, but do they have the damage to follow it up? Yuma has to use his BKB. And Wits blinks back in. For the opening on the Reaper's site here. Finally, the BKB wearing thin, but Yuma's already out of here with the disperser, with Tai Lung running interception with the Rolling Thunder. Swashbuckles away before the avalanche is up, blinks out before he gets hit by damage, and they're all out. LGD are away. The kisses are gonna fall, and they are going to watch as LGD get a full retreat. Nothing gained off the buybacks from Playtime.
How do they catch nothing? Insane disjoint. And honestly, this Kunkka is becoming a utility issue because he has such low cooldowns on the waves, the torrents. He took the bonus spell effect as well. So these things have massive AoE. You're just getting waved and torrented and ghost shipped, and then there's cogs flying through. They can't run into anything. It's like impossible. The Rolling Thunder was controlling the Beastmaster on the side for the majority of that fight, if you're wondering where the roars were. Was that triple buyback for Playtime here? Yeah. 4 buybacks on cooldown, 5 unavailable. They are getting outplayed severely in these late game fights. They cannot lock onto this gyro for the life of them.
And Yuma is about to pick up, he's about to hit a very important step here, where he can get bots too and have buyback. So even if they somehow do kill him, he might potentially still get back into the fight and reclaim his divine range.
Might have 2 lives to do it with. Aegis. Gonna be a quick delivery here. No contest.
Scan goes out. Playtime too far away.
They're making for it. No buys on any hero. Only 1 egg, and it's not up for 15 seconds.
Aegis gets picked up. The rest of the goodies, they're slow to grab them, but understandably, LGD find that their formation is more important than the spoils.
They have an amp damage on Dark Mago. That's why they're soft hunting here.
An illusion room that both teams are currently trying to bait out right now. Whisper's going to take it with his axe. Not much they can do about that one.
Surprised LGD didn't want to jump there. I mean, you have a 5-on-0 buyback situation with Aegis. I'd be hook shotting anything right now, especially near my outpost like that.
Playtime are still up 7,000 net worth, and if you look through the items of these heroes, you could see it. And Frank is holding on to 7 items right now with bots 2 in his backpack. Schofield's got a Scythe of Ice. They are rich, but somehow they cannot seem to overcome one man, one gyrocopter. LGD have funneled every bit of utility to protect him, and it is working so far.
They do have a nullifier. Frank with the nullifier, if you get in Roar nullify Yuma, changes the situation a lot. Should be able to kill him. Maybe not even with Necro Tiny. Their supports could probably kill him with Mortimers and Sunray. As long as he's stunned and disabled and doesn't get triple Wind Waker away, so... Frank's connection is really important for Playtime here to find this gyro kill. They need the beast to connect on this big carry. Ag's Tiny might help as well, just to get another long-range damage threat. 3 minutes on this Aegis. What do LGD want to do with it? You gonna push? Gonna try and end this game? No buybacks available. You gotta remember that. This is your window with Aegis against 0 buybacks. Are you gonna throw that opportunity away?
I think LGD is setting up for it. Like, they're buying so many bots twos with the extra gold. I have to assume they're setting up for a...
Oh, is this a catch?
Wits flicks away. BKB. Can they get the bash? They got the Abyssal. They've got the hook shot. They've got more than enough. Wits is screwed. A Ghost Shroud will only delay the inevitable, my friend, as he gets cut through so quickly when he's isolated by the Gyrocopter. No buyback.
Catch.
LGD. Now a catch on the Dark Mago, who's going to have to BKB. That's another resource they won't have for this fight. I mean, you just open the door wide open to an LGD invasion. That is easy.
Definitely go high ground. The thing is, from your perspective, the Necro could have buyback right now. The timer is available. So LGD do not necessarily know he's out of the game.
They also have tier 5s that they still need to grab.
Yes, it just became available. Still is tier 2 bottom. Still some work to be done, but I think you forced this fight with Aegis. I do not think you want to let these buybacks come off cooldown and reset this game.
Minotaur Horn for Schofield, Rift Shadow Prism for El Misho, Divine Regalia for Frank with the extra 40 attributes.
Funnily enough, they have more tier 5s.
On the Beastmaster.
He's kind of a beast. There's the Axe for the Tiny too. With the Regalia, he does a lot of damage. He might just make this gyro disappear.
1.5 minutes left on the Aegis. So much utility to protect him. Another lane of barracks in trouble. 20 seconds left. LGD is playing this so slow. It is a crawl. It is a snail's pace. They get a glyph out of him finally. They're just playing off of X. They refuse to take a step forward where it's possible that the Tiny can get a toss back that ruins the extra lives for Yuma. Doesn't matter how slow it is. Banner goes out. Schofield tries to jump forward and protect and deal with the banner. It's caught in the process. An attempt at a toss back doesn't work though. Minotaur Horn goes off, not much effect. Still caught inside the Torrent. Whisper in with this Octarine. Constant X's, constant Torrents. But LGD do not feel like they had the opening to go in. And now they almost need to back off and make sure that they get their own tier 5s, which which PlayTime made an effort to gain in the first place.
I don't know about that though. These buybacks are going to be available now. I think that was one of your opportunities to end this game.
Oh my god, look at Yuma's items. They're trash.
Yeah, he got dog shit.
They're absolute garbage. Rift Shadow Prism, Spider Legs is the best one you have, but Spider Legs when you don't have any movement speed is not good.
He did get Audacious at least. I might have taken the Prism there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's 20% bonus movement speed, but when you're sitting on, 300, it's fine if he's got bots too. He'll move fast there, but if he ever slots in a 6th item to fill out that slot, like another Divine Rapier.
They did get the Desolator for the Pango, which I think was probably the biggest one for the lineup, honestly. They got poked for the Kunk as well, which is what he wanted. Just
I guess it's not a big deal AOE. As long as Pango is putting that Deso hit on the heroes anyway, then who cares, Yuma's still getting the benefit out of it.
Exactly. I'd love to see the AoE on this tournament. It must be absolutely ginormous.
Yeah. It doesn't look that big. It has to be bigger.
I don't think it...
though.
Yeah, I think the AoE ends up being larger. Like, it'll torrent you around the animation. The animation does not grow for this spell. So you have to be a little wary of that. There's a backup Divine for Yuma. So you can die, buy back, slot in another Divine, and bots do into the fight.
Okay.
And they're just going to try and push through these ultimates. But the buybacks are coming up. You're going to have to get through a lot of lives here. Dark Mago also thinking about a Divine Rapier on this Tiny.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Divine Regalia and plenty of net worth, so it's time for him to start carrying some of the damage, not just be a toss-back hero. Also, level 30 for him is big. Avalanche cooldown.
Yeah.
Gotta pick off bots too. On to Theo, an immediate Reaper's Scythe.
Okay, something. Probably the first thing that's gone Playtime's way in a long time. As they have thrown their entire lead away.
This should kind of sound some alarm bells for LGD. Like, you can no longer play separated, I think, right? Because the potential for you just getting Blink Scythe by Schofield and bots 2'd on with Reaper's Scythe, any isolated hero is going to die.
Kind of crazy that Playtime had a 30,000 gold lead in this game at one point.
Yeah.
And now they are down. But not out. This game goes on.
65 minutes. Anything can happen when we get to these late game situations where people have tier 5 items and being 6th slotted in general. KJ with the Fallen Sky. And we only have one person who's holding on to an Enchanter's Bauble, and that is going to be Theolacor. Held on to the Enchanter's Bottle, tier 5 with the Spell Lamp.
Infinite scaling for the squirrel. You could eventually get to Sharpshooter one-shotting somebody for 20,000 damage. That'd be pretty cool. That would also require us being here for another 2 hours.
I can't afford that. I need to pee really badly.
Well, that might be what you're in for, Austin. The Dota gods have commanded that this game
I might need
be a
to
barn
down the
burner.
rest of this bottle and use it for other reasons.
We're not there yet. Relax.
Yuma thinking he
classic-
maybe needs a Lincoln's?
I have a feeling this game is going to end incredibly quickly after all this building.
I mean, I could see a world where it just comes down to, like, Reaper Scythe just happening early off on some pickoff, some tossback.
There's so many defensive mechanisms now, though. Can you actually connect a Reaper? The spell is not that great of a spell, mechanically.
I mean, that is why
Pretty
it's so
slow,
important for LGD
telegraph.
to stay grouped up.
This Tiny also has 6,500 HP. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Double
They
evolved
have,
on their strength boys.
One thing to think about is that Playtime do have double Divine Regalias, which we're going to come down to buybacks. This is not going to be a 5 versus 5, but a 10 versus 10, which means those heroes are going to be much less effective on the second life. They lose 20% of their damage.
Sure, but you'd still rather have Divine Regalia than Spider Legs here. So
No, I agree, for sure. Gyrocopter, I mean, at this point, LGD would have stalled the game out just so he can get a reroll on the items, for the love of God. Slots out the bots,
Lincolns.
and we'll pull in a Lincoln's.
Are scanning.
Trying to deal with these Reapers a little bit more.
Yeah,
Maybe roar too.
I think the roar is maybe more important. If he blocks the roar and ensures
Yeah.
he can get off BKB Satanic, a Reaper Sight doesn't do anything. He's going to be full HP.
No Swift Blink. It just feels bad, man.
What's going on here? Pulled
Just a
Roshan
little
out of
Rift
the
Shadow. Top lane pushing in. So in theory, Playtime can just sit here. Nothing's happening. They're kind of chilling.
Are they going to do the same thing they did to the bottom lane of Barracks? Supernova straight inside the pit. They got the jump on a Time Lung. Time Lung's in trouble. Chain's done up.
He's in
and
trouble.
Reaper Side cutting down, and there's no save.
The gyro.
There's that as well. Where are the saves? Where is the help? Buybacks are going to be used now. Wizard's going to be in some trouble. They got a nullifier on him with an avalanche following up the top. 3 cores surrounding him. He's going to fall soon. Tai Lung trying to help him out. Oh, nice hit there from the bowling ball. Wizard's
Gyro's
almost
back.
dead, but Tai Lung
Yuma's
might just be
back.
able to get him out. Yuma's back in with the Divine Rapier. Going after Dark Mago. Tosses him away as best he can. The slow-ass Gyrocopter can't catch up to him. He harpoons away. Turns around with his Aghanim Scepter and does manage to blink away right before the Swashbuckle hits him. They caught Schofield, though. Schofield in some trouble and will finally be run down. Yuma gets 1 kill out of this. A buyback are going to be used on the side of LGD. Playtime. When are they going to pull the trigger on theirs?
They don't want to. They don't have the ults. Held the Necropie. The Tiny did not get out. Theo caught it.
Theo. A big pickup. The axe a little dangerous there. Hoodwink doesn't quite die. They have to go back and deal with the base. The mid lane is pushed into the tier 4s. They also need to take Roshan, which is going to go to the other side of the map, and amp damage just spawned to make it that much quicker for them.
Yeah, his divine's on the ground. He just didn't get it. Nobody got it. Just sitting there in the river. Below the roach pit.
And all this craziness,
he walked
got
right
his
by
backup
it.
divine rapier, and he opts to just leave the original.
Okay, nobody cares about divines. That's the point we're at in this game. That was 4 buybacks for LGD to salvage that fight. A crazy good initiation. Yuma took over 2,000 damage from Phoenix and just got annihilated from that aggressive egg in the pit. A beautiful play from El Nisho. Will claim an Aegis here, though.
Also, how did the Necrophos die? Is he getting flat-handed off the Tiny? It seemed like
He
the
got blown
Pango.
up by Pango.
How did the Pango do that much damage to Necro?
I don't know. Pango's just a messed up hero, man.
I
He has the
guess so.
Stygian, right? He has no armor. He only has 12 armor. He has no Shivas or anything. He loses all of his armor. So his Pango's effectively doing pure damage. That's how he got melted.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
He only has
Yuma
AC
trying to
aura.
force Megas here.
He's gonna get
Two
it.
buildings really awkward on different sides of the lanes. But they can do it with the X to make it kind of simple, kind of easy. No chance of really a rebuttal, especially with Tiny not wanting to use his buyback. Megas
No buys, though.
are going to be
If
an
you die here-
inconvenience to PlayTime, but better than taking a fight that isn't good. Attempting to
Aggressive
stop
egg
him.
again.
Nullifier put onto Yuma. Yuma pulled back in by the X. With the early Reaper sight being used. Yuma
Great
he's trying to
Reaper.
finish off the egg. The egg does manage to successfully go off. Meanwhile,
yeah,
Necrophos just got demolished. He does have that buyback, of course, but Frank stuck inside the Conch from behind. He's going to get run down. He also has buyback. LGD will get away with murder here. They back
don't
up,
get the
they
Megas.
reset. But they can go back for it, surely, right? There's nothing that they're really going
It's-
to wait on, right?
Yeah, it is doable here. Again, you're
why
just
not?
worried about dying for it. If you die for it, you'll lose the game.
If you're
That's
willing
the
to take that
concern.
risk in the first place, though.
Yes, you should go. You should X this gyro in. The only real play against the X gyro is you toss him in and Wind Waker him to dodge the X back or something like this. It's really
All right,
weird.
Their
You're gonna have
spells
to
are
buy
back up.
heroes
They've got
here,
both. They've got Rolling Thunder, everything. It's a low cooldown lineup for LGD, so they don't have to wait for long to make sure they are full force and they get the Megas. Now, playtime, Megas at this point in Dota's evolution are more of an inconvenience for a late game team, but this assault is more than just an inconvenience. What do they do about the X marks the spot gyrocopter mowing through buildings?
He mows them fast too. You gotta go.
They're going to buy back on the Necrophos. Do LGD call it quits here? Or do they make playtime bleed more?
Tough to say. You don't have buys for 3 or 4 minutes, but you still have this Aegis for 2 more.
Has been killed.
Nice pickup. That's going to stop a potential Yule Scepter / Wind Waker down the line for the Phoenix. Refresher picked up for the Necrophos. There's also the next round of items that could be farmed. Got to replace these disgraced Regalias. And
It's
get,
just wild to me.
Yuma a new item in general.
This Necro could have gone Crochet or something. They have no nullifier. He could have just been... He could have gone some like perma ghost sector and just ignored this gyro's damage because they never got a nullifier in this game.
Yeah, I thought Nullifier was like one of the reasons Necrophos kind of sucks at some
Yes.
point in the game, and they did the Divine Rapier. They
Oh
got
my
it back.
god. Oh my. What is this game, man?
12,000 gold sitting on Yuma.
Holy moly. I mean, this Tiny's more important than the Necro at this point, honestly.
Yeah, it's all in for Dark Mago, but how does he do damage
Lost his Regalia.
with his Aghanim Scepter, right? Like, you need
You gotta
trees.
plant the trees. You gotta plant
Yeah.
the trees.
Plant the trees.
Somebody's gotta plant the trees, man.
They're stuck inside their base. They're not getting any of these mad stones. So this disgraced Regalia might be staying here for a while. Can't say the
Schofield's farming
same
some.
for Yuma. He's almost at 20. I mean, Schofield has to get it for himself, and then everybody else has to. But eventually, this is going to happen. He gets caught in the act. Frank is going to be able to get his. Just needs 2 more. He's got it. Can replace one of these disgraced Regalias. And the Gyrocopter has his choice, and he can get a Divine Regalia. No Deso for him.
Definitely go Regalia here. I don't think any of these other ones are that impactful anyway.
Is Witchbane ever in consideration against such a high mana hero? Or is this item just terrible?
It's pretty bad. It's a basic dispel. You just go Regalia, man. Like, don't overthink it. Just go the damage. Do the damage.
Setting up with the smoke. Here comes that Swift Blink.
That Hellbear got annihilated.
They're going to push the Megas into him. With the banner dropped, not only are these are Megas that can't be stopped, and they take the tier 4s. Looks like the banner doesn't stretch out far enough to get the creeps on the Ancient. It'll help protect the Mega Siege creeps, though.
Are you gonna just X your way to victory here? I mean,
This is looking like it. This is going to be PlayTime being forced to do something about this, as their Ancient is falling to Siege creeps. They're going to protect that banner. Here comes the Rolling Thunder, landing in. The Supernova already placed out, but the Beastmaster's in trouble. He dies so fast. Yuma pulled out of the Supernova. The banner is still up. Wits goes for it now. The Mega Creeps are swarming him. The banner finally dies, and they can deal with these creeps with the Ancients at 1500 HP. They have a glyph, which is why LGD cannot all in just yet. But if they get another close X Swift Blink, it might force them to glyph. And Yuma, I think, is holding on to getting the Divine Regalia for his second life if he dies. For
that is
now,
also a smart play. They have block of cheese on the clock. The only thing that stops
Rolling
us
Thunder coming out, and the Gyrocopter
Oh,
straight to the Ancient.
they got the
immediately
glyph.
goes off, but the Supernova
He's dead anyway.
doesn't get anything. They already X'd him back. And Wits just dies so fast to these random
That
shots.
might be
the
it.
flat cannon hits, and Tai Lung, he's dead for 2 minutes, and LGD. There's no reason to wait any longer. They can go for it. Hook shot back. LGD playing as disciplined as possible. They will only end this game the safest way possible. BKB activated. Yuma goes all in for the Ancient, and LGD will be the first team to the grand finals of the South American Qualifier.